Hello, and welcome back to Nhildivarian Adventures. Today, we find ourselves continuing on from our last point of which we left. Um, Last session, we witnessed the birth of two lovely new sparks of life into the world via the joining of Hefgla One Eye. It's not One Eye, it's not One Eye, it's not One Eye. Hold on. I've already messed up the intro, guys. Lovely.
Nhildivarian Adventures.
It is One Eye. Yeah, it's the conjoining. I was going to say the conjoining of Leonellis and Hefgla One Eye. Hefgla, her last name is One Eye. I was correct. I just second guessed myself. Love when that happens. And we got to see the start of. You just said it's
Svandra and Nirvar.
Svandra and Yer,
As well as Tolden.
as well as Tolden, which we got the session before last.
So I have three children. Two are directly related, but
yes,
one is adopted.
Yes, one adopted the new child. And last we left off, Bossian had went to town to find Fricks, an old companion that has not been seen in quite some time, and pick up some supplies for the party that the social gathering they're going to be hosting and celebration. So, Bossian, we left off with you having just picked up, or just had Fricks. She was planning on meeting you guys back at the Longhouse after she had gotten her things.
Yep.
So, I guess supply-wise is the only thing left to do. Whatever else you'd like to do in town. And Yosef is going to has gone ahead and left you the cart. He is walking his way over to the center to go ahead and invite the Earl and whatnot.
I will just Bossian will just kind of saunter over to the cart and sit in the back and wait for Yosef to walk back. He kind of forgot in the chaos of searching the city what else he was supposed to be doing. So he just kind of plops in the cart and just takes a deep breath because of all the kind of craziness he's had to go through.
It's understandable.
Just kind of kicking his feet with his hands in his lap, kind of off the back of the cart. I'm gonna say he's like, yeah, one of the darts like he was doing before, kind of flicking it between his fingers.
Alrighty. So you're just hanging out of the cart then, waiting for Yosef to get back.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty.
Kind of head held a little low because he's kind of focusing on what he's doing with his hands, but also like head slightly up, watching people walk by.
Alrighty. As you're sitting there, you, upon checking up at some point, end up noticing a sadly familiar face. As you would see Avery walking by in this part of town.
Bossian just kind of like rolls his eyes, but just like goes back to what he's doing and pays him no mind. He's kind of at this point where like there's no point making a scene out of it. Like, just let him fuck off.
Which is great because he doesn't even notice you at all. And he walked right by the cart.
Bossian just kind of exhales because he thought he was probably he was looking for him or Yosef, so he just like, as he passes, he kind of like looks past to see if he is like at all interested in him, and then he just like goes back to sitting, and he just is like, yeah, don't have to worry about Don't have to deal with any more stress today.
Alright.
His kind of like straight faced from just like being basically kind of bored now is like not a smile, but like a toothy grin, you know. He's just happy he dodged that bullet. And then as he's sitting there, his mind kind of darts back to what they were talking about in the longhouse, with how Avery is involved with why Yosef was out so far away from home. And remind me, what building did Yosef go into, or what direction?
Yosef
did he
went
walk?
to the primary keep in the middle.
Is Avery headed that way, or is he headed to...
Avery seemed to be heading that way.
Bastian just kind of, like, that memory kind of flashes in his mind. And he kind of, like, looks at the cart, and then back towards where Avery was headed, back towards the keep, and he just like... What's my duty of care in this situation? Begrudgingly, he's like, you know, I should probably make sure that if Avery is going to try and find Yosef, that, you know, he doesn't get into something he can't get out of, because, you know, Yosef is his ride back to the longhouse, so he just kind of sighs and like jumps back off the cart back onto the ground and starts headed that way.
You're not taking the cart with you? I didn't realize you were standing on Yosef. I'll move him down there. You should be down here.
Well, I leave the cart because I'm assuming it's parked like legally. And
yes,
also,
it's parked legally.
Also, I feel like it's the good part of town and not the bad part of town.
Yeah, this is a nice part of town.
So he feels confident because he's also left the cart before with no one in it. When Leo was in recovery and all that kind of stuff. So he's confident it won't be stolen, and he's just gonna kind of start walking off towards the keep.
Alrighty. Perception check right there. Stop.
Okay. Perception.
Bastian, as you would pass the Goldstrand Market, your eyes would catch a glimpse of a few guards standing near the usual entrance into the market. It is a bit more empty than usual, and there doesn't seem to be anybody at the stalls. Upon leaning and peering in a little bit more out of your curiosity, you would see that the stall that Avery had talked to, that you initially found Avery having an argument with somebody at, there is a few guards stationed at talking over, and there is blood splattering the top of that stall.
Bastian raises an eyebrow, and now he's going to investigate this. I guess I'm gonna walk up to the guards. Do I need to make another perception check to see, now that I'm like actively walking towards the cart and like full view, do I see what exactly is going on, or do I need to make another percept?
You are gonna need to make another perception unless you get right on top of it. You're gonna need to make a perception if you're peering from afar.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna be walking up, and I guess as I get closer, I look in.
Upon stepping a little bit past the guards before they're able to like stop you, you lean just a bit. You're able to see that the shopkeeper that Avery was arguing with lies dead behind the stall. A blast
Oh.
of what seems to be a magical blast has taken the upper portion of his face and head. Point blank.
Point blank. Ah, fuck. Vossian just like now more like where he thought that, you know, Avery's just kind of like this punk kid who is like spoiled, now is very concerned about Avery. Not for his own safety, but now very much so for Yosef's safety. And he just like pauses and like grits his teeth a little bit and turns to like start walking away and kind of. But you said I walked past the guards, so I don't know if.
Yeah, as you turn, they both kind of like stand there. They like go to stop you, and then they recognize who you are and immediately step back a bit. Not wanting to piss you off or anything.
Yeah, Bastian, just as he realizes that what they're doing, he just kind of realizes what he's in the middle of and kind of like snaps back to reality a little bit, and he just kind of throws his right arm up a little bit and he's like, sorry, I don't mean to, you know, step into all this. I was just kind of curious what happened.
We wasn't going to stop you. I mean, we ain't looking for any trouble, but Mr. Bossian, they know your name clearly enough.
Yeah.
Well, word's going around that a robed man stepped up to the stall and blasted the poor sod in the face before running off. Although those of which that were around, I guess, felt frozen, they couldn't really do anything before the man got away.
Fear does that to people. What, may I ask, just out of curiosity, did anyone happen to catch the color of the robe that the person was wearing?
It was a darkish brown.
Okay, thank God. Okay, I've had enough of red-robed people killing. I'm not even gonna get into it.
Is there something we should be worried about?
Not anymore. The situation was handled back at our longhouse. Just a little dispute between a couple of ne'er-do-wells. Are there any leads on, you know, where this guy went?
Headed up north, northern part of the city. We haven't literally we've had no sightings or anything of this guy past the Gold Train Market, so this is gonna be closed for a few days until we get things figured out.
Wow.
And sadly, the body is too messed up to even use a speak to dead with a sorcerer. Let's see.
Damn. There goes any real lead of figuring out, you know, who this was and why. But I hope just good luck with the search. I'll see if I can, while I'm around, I'll let you know if I have any sightings of anything.
Would you like the name of this guard?
Sure, why not?
Okay. Give me a second, I gotta find it in my notes. But that way you have a guard that you've already spoken to, at least.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Here it is. It is Ozzy.
Ozzy.
Yep.
Okay. Well, like I said, I'll let you know if I see anything, Mr.
Mr. Ozarian. Ozzy for short. My friends call me Ozzy.
All right, Ozzy. I'll let you know if I spot anything. Sorry to bother y'all.
Alrighty. Have a good day, Mr. Bastian.
Thank you. You as well. And Bastian just kind of walks around the corner, trying to be as casual as possible. And then once he's like out of sight of the guards, is going to start fucking booking it for the main keep area.
Alrighty. Okay, yeah, you're able to make it fairly easily. Getting over to the keep.
I'm going, as soon as I enter, I'm going to look around and see if I can find Yosef.
Upon just passing the guards at the front gate of the wall, you see Yosef heading your way. He's got like this big smile on his face, as per the usual. And he'd kind of give you a big old grin seeing you walk in, and give you a little wave.
Well, Bastian just ran as quickly as he could towards the keep, so he's kind of like, he takes a second, like his hands on knees, and he just takes a big breath, and he's like, "Oh, thank God!" and just kind of stands up and walks up to Yosef. God, I was actually kind of nervous. Some nastiness went down in the market. Was worried that, you know, the streets wouldn't be safe for you to be walking around, but good thing you made it here in one piece.
He just kind of give you a nod. His face turning from his big old smile to like a bit of concern.
We should probably get back to the cart. I kind of left it because I saw Avery walking around, and I know you're not exactly in great standing with him at the moment, so I thought I'd keep an eye out for you.
He just kind of like nod his head and kind of like motion to like head quickly. And he'd kind of like do the little like thumb thing pointing behind him as you would see Avery like entering the main longhouse. Nah, not too far behind.
Bastian like peeks his head past Yosef to where he's pointing, and is like, and just like quickly kind of ushers them out of the keep, and just kind of starts walking faster towards the cart and everything.
He's following.
No need to wait on ceremony. I remember the alley was right here.
Oh.
Or no, it was actually farther up here. Yeah.
Yep, there you go. There we go.
All right, and upon getting back to the cart, you're gonna head back to the keep, because I'm assuming everything in the city is done.
Yeah.
King Vector or other boys.
Yeah. Yosef would like take a moment and like as you guys are heading on the way back, kind of go, Avery and me. We're okay. I was indebted to the men I was with. They worked under him.
Well, if they work under him, then you technically have...
They're dead.
Huh.
No blood dead anymore. I don't have his voice again today, so...
It's fine. Well, that is interesting. Were they the people that were with you, or was it...
He'd nod, yeah.
Huh. Well, that is a thing. At least, you know, you had to deal with them, but, you know, if they were working under him, it isn't exactly a good thing that they're dead and you came back.
His kind of like hopeful like look on him would kind of just like die out as you'd say that, as the realization would set in of, oh crap.
Bastian is gonna notice this, but he's just gonna pat him on the shoulder. Don't worry, I'm not gonna let that stuck-up royal prick do anything to you.
As you give him a pat on the shoulder, as you say that, he like gives you a little smirk and like pats you on the shoulder in return. and then whips the cart in motion as you guys would start heading.
Bossian is gonna like sit back on the wall of the cart, on like farthest from the end, and he's just gonna like look back, and kind of does like a double take of the street because now he's looking for the hooded guy.
Perception check then.
Okay, I'll do that if I can get my sheet. That's a performance check. Fuck.
Performance dancing in the back of the car. No. Okay, perception 25. That's really good. You've had good rolls today. Congratulations. First few rolls of the game are doing great today.
The black dice are coming in handy.
Yeah, the black dice. Yeah. We can't tell what numbers they are, but we can see them pop up on the side.
Yeah.
Yosef very quickly drops off at the Drasky and Drake for a minute, runs in, drops something off, and then runs back to the cart and continues on his way.
Alright.
I will go ahead and move us back over to the Longhouse then.
Yay.
Yippee!
Back to the boys.
The boys.
Doing the Macarena to spot enemies. That was my performance check for me spinning my little dart, and I dropped it because I got a 3.
Take one of your darts from your inventory, since we're gonna go ahead and say that, because that's funny.
Okay, sure.
You said something funny. You get the whatever. I was gonna say something, and now
you get the consequences.
You get the consequences. Yep.
Well, Bossian now being back and being like out of all the garbage he has to worry about, just hops out and hits a real big like stretch in place.
Yosef is taking the supplies and stuff that he got off the cart and going ahead and setting them down and things. You'd see that he got another keg of that really good ale that Bjorn bought a few towns back.
Bossian just kind of just smiles at that because he enjoyed that last time, and he's also Bossian is going to grab the food he purchased.
Bossy, you're grabbing some food there. Do you want to take another little cheeky perception check? As I think there's something that might catch your eye.
Sure, I shall take it. If you give me the option, I shall roll for it.
As you're kind of like picking up your food, you'd move it out of the way, and you'd see a bottle, a very familiar bottle, one familiar to you more than most. It is a bottle of Toitachin sake.
Ooh, Bossian really widely smiles now. He did, like I said, he did a lot of drinking after. So it's, I mean, he smiles and then he kind of like goes back to like a stern face because yes, it's good, but it also drums up some bad memories. So he just kind of shakes his head and picks it up, like flipping the bottle and.
Flipping the bottle, you end up actually seeing there's a bit of like a price set on the side. Yeah. And apparently, not a lot of people like it around here, so the last time they had an import, it's all cheap now. Because nobody in Nhildivar likes sake. At least in this town, it seems.
Bossian, like, again, is gonna smile a bit, and he's just gonna carry it back with him. And as he's walking, he's just gonna be looking at the bottle, because he's happier that he's got that with him now. I'm actually gonna add the bottle to it.
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
He's gonna pocket that.
Yeah, it's like a gourd jug kind of size.
Okay.
So
gourd of sake.
There you go. It's not anything fancy, but yeah. Go ahead. What?
Did you change the map? Because I am at a black screen.
Oh, you're upstairs. That's why. Freaking moved your guy upstairs. I moved you downstairs. Whoop. And Gale's. There you go. We're better.
Oh. Yeah.
It's with a U. I'm retarded. Can't spell.
Well, that's fine.
Do you spell it Jug? You spell it funny.
Jug.
I do gourd because gourd makes more sense. Because that's what a lot of like the olden days alcohols were stored in like China is gourd.
Olden days.
So we are in, and he's just going to uncork the gourd, go to the little corner he calls his own, and he's gonna sit down.
Sitting by the fire. That's nice.
Yeah,
Oh, you're over there now.
Yeah, sorry, I meant to go over here.
That's fine. It's either that corner or the other corner in the other side, I see. Most of the time I see Bossy hanging around.
He's in the corner where he can just sit on the edge of the bench.
Alright. I'm gonna do something interesting for our viewers at home. As in literally everybody. We don't talk about Ted the Invisible Man that hides in my room and watches me while I'm asleep. He doesn't count.
Excuse me?
Don't worry about it. Anyways, that's gonna be a recording. God, my jokes are horrible. Alrighty.
No, they're amazing.
It's very silly. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna post a little list in Party Chat General. Our audience today gets to choose who gets to arrive at the party first based on their invitations. So I'm gonna put a little list of names. I'm going to.
I have been creating a new voice for Leonelis that I'm going to attempt to do.
Okay.
It is similar to what I was originally doing for him, and then I stopped doing it.
Okay.
I don't remember why. I had a voice for him, and then I just chose to start talking like normally, and I think that we don't sound similar, and if we do, then yeah. Oh well. So I'm going to attempt it. I'm going to try. We're going to see how it sounds. So, Cody, could I ask what has been happening while Bastian has been gone? Or how long it's been?
I would say maybe hour and a half or so.
Okay. And then, what's been going on here?
Around inside the tavern, or not tavern, longhouse, not a tavern. In the longhouse, Ludeka and Vinyara have been playing Knucklebones on one of the tables together. Vinyara winning every single one of them. Chomps has been knocked over one of the braziers, and Gale took the time to clean up the coals while Chomps decided to chew on the outer rim of the brazier that is put out. It is still laying there, but it's cleaned up, and Chomps has been sleeping next to it now. Daughter Avity has left and went back to the temple after giving Hefla a checkup and everything, and gave her a little bit of what seems to be a tonic
You
to
want to
help.
stay? Unbelievable.
She's heading back for now. If she comes back, she'll come back. After Gale cleaned up, he has been spending most of his time writing. And Leo, do a perception check for me.
Okay. Perception.
Okay. Bjorn, you're the only person that's run a longhouse. Do a perception check for me.
What?
You've been the only other person around the longhouse that's a player. Would you do a perception check for me?
Sure.
Okay, nobody knows what's going on with him. Alrighty. Nobody pays attention to Gale. Ow.
Oh, no one cares.
Right now, I don't want to disturb him.
Yeah.
I guess I could ask him.
Yeah, you could ask him. You notice he's been up to something at his table. Hefclaw has been upstairs kind of getting to know the new children and stuff and just hanging out with them.
I'll kind of whistle at Gale. I can't whistle. But I'll whistle at Gale, like, real quickly. Like, kind of get his attention.
Yes, Leo? What's going on?
What have you been doing? What have you been doing over there? I would have been sitting over there forever.
Working on a little project.
Project, you say?
Yeah, a little thing.
Why are you being so secretive about it? We're sitting 5 feet away from each other.
I mean, really, though, it's more like 20 feet, technically, but I mean...
He gives him, like, a look like, What are you doing?
I'm writing. I'm a scribe. You know me. I write things. You set me up as the record keeper. Yeah.
Yes, I know, but it's asking what you're doing. What are you writing about?
I have been writing about trying my hand at a little poetry, I guess. Regarding our adventures.
Poetry.
It hasn't gotten very
for
far.
A bard.
I'm not a bard. I'm just a writer.
Hmm.
You
go on,
know,
then.
I don't have anything that I can show you yet.
You can read it, can't you?
You'd kind of notice, looking past him a bit, that the page is kind of scribbled out as he's been writing and then scribbling it as he's stuck at a bit. He's been trying to get something done, but writer's block has really been kicking his ass.
How about I help you then? Don't try to say myself a bard either, but I suppose I could.
If you so wish to, Leo.
All right. Lay it on me. Let's hear it.
You look back at the page and just kind of like squint. Well, I was gonna like start it off with something having to do with you know, like you and Hefgler, but that's when I kind of realized I don't know your guys' entire story.
A story. You want to know our story?
Sure. I only know bits and pieces. It'd be good to get to know everybody.
What do you and do you not know then?
I know that Hefgler belongs to a tribe of orcs that live up in the eastern region of Nhildivar, and you grew up in a town called... And he'd go ahead and he'd like pull out his journal and look over a few notes. Sniltree of Clan Skady?
Yes, something like that.
And
that's all you have for us?
Well, I mean, apart from, you know, you've got a bit of a mental wedgie at times when it comes to a little voice in your head. And
like squints his eyes a little bit, like, excuse me?
he kind of give like a nervous smile and kind of like try and shrug it off. And you and Bossian traveled together from a certain point to get here.
Not from a certain point, since the moment I left Snowtree.
Okay.
Bossian's the only surviving member of that group, actually. Aside from
Gotcha.
me.
Okay. All right. Well,
Yes, yes, as well, although he wasn't conscious for the majority of that.
I'm sorry, what?
In terms of me and Hefgler, I guess we could start it off when I met her. If that's what you're looking for.
Sure, I guess.
Well, yeah, I'd been traveling, what was it, north? Must have been. Tracking a few elves and animals here and there. Mostly outrunning the stone giants. I'm sure you know all about them.
That I do, yes.
It had led us into the path of a wild elf sanctuary, if you will. Half elves, full elves, even humans, really. Fanatical would be quite an understatement. These are the kind of elves that me and you oftentimes wouldn't get along with. So we had begun fighting. I remember I had taken point up on the ridge and been fighting. That was when I was still using but a wooden bow, so much slower over combat than accustomed. And we heard can't remember if it was horns or just screams and yells, but over comes this group of orcs. Surprisingly, they did not attack us, especially Bossian and my father. They were right in the middle of it. They didn't attack us. And that was when I noticed her looming over everybody else and smashing two elves' heads together. I don't know if I necessity believe in love at first sight, but something akin to it, surely. Somehow I had convinced her I was a suitable suitor, despite my age and my intellect.
Sounds romantic.
From there,
He just kind of like drop his head after saying that, like, sorry.
Well, I walked up to her, I introduced myself, and then I think I complimented her fighting. Nothing extremely romantic. It was her, which it usually has been, who takes the first initiative. I remember she rubbed blood on my forehead, like with a thumb. I don't think I ever asked her what that meant. Although I knew what happened directly after that, so I could infer. Then he kind of gives a look to Gale, and he's like, I'm assuming you know what.
He just kind of blinks at you twice for a minute, like unknowingly, and then just, oh, yes.
Yes. There are plenty of times, you know. I remember that was when me and Bastian got trapped in the with the wraiths, where he got that necklace from. Actually, that it was there. I remember being so nervous. I didn't know why at the time I felt that way. You know, but a year ago it seemed so short of a time, but I feel as a completely different man now. But at the time I was so nervous that when I got back she'd be gone, and I didn't really understand why. But I think I know now why. Of course, when I got back she was waiting right there for me. Listened to me ramble on and on about what had happened and the ground swallowing us up, and was willing to leave her entire tribe behind to come with me across the continent. If anything, I'm indebted to her that she's put up with me for this long. There's not much else to tell, really. It's
maybe I work on what I've got written out. Can I come back to you in a bit about it?
I suppose so. I suppose I did my job helping you.
Yes, thank you. I'll be interrogating you and the others about your adventures, I guess.
Fantastic. Well, I look forward to it, Gale. And he leans back in his... I mean, it's a throne, realistically. Leans back in his chair. And he kind of just sighs, stretches out a little bit. Can I ask what Leonellis is wearing, by chance? He has changed out of his armor.
What are you having him wear? You get such clothes.
I don't know what clothes he had.
Okay.
So.
Well, I'd say if you're grabbing the first thing off the top of what they gave you, let me check my notes because I actually have a thing here. It is a finely hewn tunic of what seems to be a fine silk, and with a not legitimate gold, but a gold tasseled kind of like thing around the end of the sleeves and along the hem of like the middle of the shirt. It's pretty fancy, but it's friggin' comfy. And you're just wearing like some tunic slacks.
He kind of pulls at the collar a little bit, like letting his neck get free a little bit because he's not used to how, the feeling. I suppose now I will look out and realize that Bastian has returned.
Yeah.
Oh, and then I guess I'll speak out to him. Bastian, you come into the hall and you don't even come up and tell me how it went.
Bastian
he's like, come on, and he brings his hands up and beckons you to come up.
Bastian's heads shoots up really quickly because he wasn't when he was ingrained in his book.
He heard his name.
He had just and then turns over and is starts walking over. I guess, yeah. Fuck, table.
Jim tripping over a table, lovely.
He stubs his foot on the table leg as he walks past.
You don't wear shoes, that would hurt.
Well, I've got fucking adamantine feet, remember?
For
on my
punching
limbs
when
are...
you're actually attacking stuff. doesn't mean if somebody smacks you with a blade, it's gonna just stop at your bones if it goes deep enough.
Fair enough.
Kind of morbid, my bad, but yeah.
It kind of like Leonos on his. He's doing kind of like the Jarl Balgruuf pose right now.
Oh my god.
Like he's like touching his chin, touching his stubble, and he's like he like kind of has this wry smile on his face that you can see, Andrew.
Yeah.
It's like so.
Bastian just exhales a little bit, and he's. It went fine, I guess.
Fine.
What? What do you mean?
Bastian, do tell. In great detail. And he leans forward with his fingers together.
There's great detail is gonna be a lot of boring running around in a cart.
Bastian, you know exactly what I'm referring to when I expect you to tell in great detail. I don't care about the cart. I care about her. What happened? Tell me everything. He's sitting there.
Well, we got to the city and searched around for upwards of, I'd say, 30 minutes. Southern District is rough, that's all I'll say. Probably
she was in the Southern District?
No, she was not. It's where we searched. Bunch of crazy people that eventually led me to the Northern District, which is where she actually was. There's a wild
she's doing up
case.
there. Let me guess. Something related to magic, surely.
Nope. You would be way off. Do you want to take guess?
Oh, don't tell me. Do spare the details if it's something sad.
No, it's not anything like that. She's just a barkeep.
Oh, thank you, gods.
She was a barkeep.
You didn't get her to quit her job for you, did you?
Well, she's gonna be working for us.
Bastian. He like leans back in his chair. He's like, Ever since you learned about sex, you've been quite the deviant, haven't you?
Don't know what you mean by that, but if it's a compliment, I'll take it.
I'm gonna kind of look over at Gale and see if he's returning my gaze.
Gale's just back to writing at this point.
I'll look over to Bjorn and be like, Bjorn!
As you look over the Bjorn, you realize he's just engrossed in a silver-covered book. Completely tuning out the world.
I'll leave him to that. I suppose I can gloat about your exploits later.
Dan is reading into it too much, and he's the one not reading right now.
So Boston, she's coming to the tavern then tonight.
Yeah, you've got your court mage. Mission accomplished.
He leans back and he kind of chuckles a little and he's like, Boston, she's not just my court mage. And he gives him a look like, come on. He's like, he's giving you a look like he's implying like he doesn't necessarily like Fricks all that much, but like he would have employed her employed her in quotations, even if he hated her because he knows what she means to you.
Well, Bastian just kind of shrugs because he doesn't pick up what you're laying down, and he's like, he stands up. He stands up. Bastian, and he claps his hands together. Yeah.
Before she gets here, do tell me you're changing out of your armor.
Oh, it's not. I'm wearing rags.
Yeah.
You are. It's comfortable, man. I mean, I don't need to worry about the cold.
Listen, Bastian. You do know that first impressions are the most important, right?
Yes.
However, the 500th impression is just as important as the first. It may be okay to get away with wearing rags when we're nomadic, but we live in He kind of looks around. High society now, maybe. The people know who we are, Bastian. There is a bit of prestige to hang up. At least
Well-
clothe yourself.
I mean, the gi is nice. I mean, I got it hand tailored back in Scarlet Karen. I mean, I
Listen,
thought he did a good job with it.
It's a fine gi. That's not what I'm saying. I'm telling you that this is not a fight. Look what I'm wearing, Bastian. I don't exactly enjoy wearing this. In fact, I think it makes me look like a clown. But
So you want me to get dressed up all fancy and fine?
it doesn't have to be fancy, Bastian. It just has to be presentable. There's a chance that the Earl is here, as well as some higher-ranking officials. The last thing I want to do is for them to give them a reason to dislike our guild. We've already kind of moved in on a plot of the biggest area of land, and I'm looking at expanding here soon.
I mean, I can just stay down in the basement. I don't need to.
Bastian, when are you going to get over this? How do you think it looks if one of my chief advisors is hanging out in the basement drinking wine by himself?
It's just that I'm not.
No, there is no if, buts, or maybes. You are staying in this party and you will mingle, especially with Fricks.
But I'm not.
No,
I'm not good at all this. I don't do high society. I wasn't.
That's
highborn.
fine. That's fine. Neither was I. Listen, Bastian, I am shaking in my boots right now, imagining the fact that I may have to face to face with Aubrey again. But it will make it easier if my closest advisors and friends also are uncomfortable. Do you see what I'm saying? And he points over at Bjorn, who I'm pretty sure Bjorn is also wearing something relatively fancy.
Are you wearing the thing
I'd
that I
say
said that we said you were wearing, or that you wanted to be wearing?
Yeah.
He's wearing a. It isn't so much as. I mean, it's borderline armor. It's not quite like just clothing. It is a nice, I guess, shiny iron chain mail with a button at the back, kind of like tunic shirt.
Oh, it's very nice. Yes.
Yes, it is, and he has what seems to be a bit of a kilt that goes with it, but with leggings
so
underneath.
he kind of looks over at he kind of looks over at Bjorn, and he's like, "You know damn well Bjorn would never wear that unless I forced him to."
Bjorn immediately head snaps to you and looks at you.
I'm right, aren't I? You would never wear that unless I asked you to.
Bjorn gives you like a blank stare for a moment.
And then
It's like I only.
then it's like
And
size,
before-
and he like, points at himself, like the shirt that he's wearing. And he's like, "Come on, man, really?" It's like, "Come on."
Bjorn mutters to himself, I would wear clothes like this normally," and goes back to reading his book.
Well, Bastian just lets out a really deep sigh whilst looking up at the ceiling, eyes closed. Looks back, drops his head back down. Fine, I'll go see what's sitting.
They
there.
already left you a bunch of clothes. I don't forget who, but they left us clothes. All I'm asking you to do, Bastian, is to simply mingle with the guests. You are a very important person in this tavern and in this guild.
Well, when this goes horribly wrong, it's not my fault. And this just starts.
No, and he goes like,
sauntering
"No,
off.
of course it will be mine." To you as you're walking away.
Saunters off towards
that's funny that you say that because that's the point that he's making. He's like, "Dude, please, I'm not trying to embarrass our entire guild."
Bastian just saunters off. I'm gonna make a hero forge for you, Cody, so that way you can see what.
I'm having a hard time. I'm having a hard time keeping the voice like. I'm going too posh because I have an easier time doing posh. I'm trying to keep it right in the middle, and it's very hard to do. You can hear me like the dialect keeps changing when I pause.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying. It sounds bad, I know. This is not
all
how I
good,
want
mate.
him to sound.
It's all good, lad.
I'm gonna continue.
You're trying
to-
something. It's okay.
Can I ask how long if Hefla is coming down soon, or should I beckon for her to bring the family down?
Give me a second. You think she'll come down in a few? She'll come down in a few. I'm just
Okay. All right.
giving you guys time to mingle.
All right. Well, this is like, well, everyone, we are expecting guests at any moment. I hope that this will not be as hard on you as it's seemingly going to be on me. This is going to be quite the night. But we will look forward to the Plaba birthday party when he's healthier. That's what's going to get me through this day.
Thinking about Plava's birthday party.
Yes. Getting drunk. Yeah. He can't be drunk tonight, or else he'll make a fool of himself. All right. Well, I suppose we'll just we can just time skip till people start showing up. Then.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
fair. Bjorn, are you doing anything really quickly before we continue?
Just reading the book.
Bossian, are you doing anything?
Getting ready for the people.
God, I really hope people actually show up, and this guild hall is not this quiet and dead. There's like 5 people in here. Oh God, this would be incredibly embarrassing if it's just like 2 more people show up. Jesus.
But can I explain something to you, Leah?
Yeah.
I don't think you've ever seen Bjorn like touch a book, let alone read one. So this is probably really out of the ordinary for him.
I suppose I'll ask you what you're reading.
He kind of looks up at you like, "See again?"
Well, I didn't take you for quite a reader in the nicest way possible. I'm not trying to imply that you can't read.
No, I
I
get
really have.
it. This book is special.
How so?
It's my clan's history.
Oh. Odvyasen or your actual, like, your family?
My family.
Did they share your last name? Odvyasen, I mean. Or is that a specifically you thing, like a patron kind of?
Oh, Cody, that's a good question, actually.
Did your entire family worship Odvyasen like you do, or is it simply you trying to like? Because it would make more sense if your family was just normal Vikings and you are specifically calling upon the fonts of magic and power from Odvyasen because you're scared that you're going to turn fully into a vampire.
No, my family doesn't take Odvyasen. Just me.
Where is your family?
Says with
Sorry for
what?
crying. I've never met your family. You've never even said where you're from.
He pauses. They're gone.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it was a long time ago. It doesn't matter now. I have new family.
Oh. The memories matter. Where were you from, even? What city? Or province, even?
Go ahead and look back on the notes here. We've discussed this, me and Bjorn, but we've never actually got it written down anywhere. At least I not for his looking yet. We talked about this, and I know we talked about it. Oh, you're Bjorn is Herjadalen. He's down from the south.
That's a big city, too.
Yeah,
That is like the capital, isn't it?
it is capital. Yes.
Oh, you're from like Baldur's Gate. Very cool.
I guess I will relay this information to Leah.
Herjadal? And you never told me that? My God, Bjorn, you're a big city slicker, aren't you?
I guess.
It's shocking that we can get along. I mean, me and you specifically. I was about as small town as you could get. Even more so because I was the only elf, really the only non-human in my whole town. I'm sure it would have been nice to live in a city like Herchidal. There surely would have been a couple other half-elves, maybe even half-elf wild elves. Somebody that could share, myself with. Even my father, sometimes I felt alienated from him. You know how it is.
Bjorn kind of like nods.
I have worried a little bit about that, my children, actually. That there's so many different cultures that... Never mind, I'm not going to worry about that right now. For God's sake, they're not even a day old yet. Well, he stretches a little bit. Suppose we should make sure we're presentable, ready to go. I'm sure the high society city boys will be here any second.
I'm going to send you Bastian's thing. Goody.
Okay. Damn, you did that fast.
I think he just changed the clothes. He didn't change Boston specifically.
Yeah, it's copy and then.
I'd also like to reiterate that Leonellis is oftentimes slicked back hair. Today is more gelled and forward and kind of middle parted on the sides of his face.
Gotcha.
Much more presentable than him putting it in like a man bun, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bastian didn't do anything with his hair. He still got the fucking bro.
Going top the epic braids, he doesn't have to change that.
Share, boom, and copy link and send to Cutie, so you can describe my.
You could just send it in people of Notivar so we could all see it.
Fair, I guess.
That way, Cody would have to describe a piece of clothing.
I'll just save the
doesn't
image.
bother me.
Booth.
Nope, who did we lose? Nope. Okay, nobody. Nope. Well, they're having some technical difficulties on their end of things.
Alright, and capture and.
Cody, we'll just say that we'll just time skip until people show up. I'm not sure what else to talk about.
Yeah, I'm currently handling a small thingy, and then I'll be good to go.
Okay. Yeah. Ah, see, there we go. He's looking good now.
Very fancy.
Gotta make a move to a town that's right for me. Oh, this is going on the recording. Oh shit.
Yeah,
We're okay.
Bastian just kind of got a little bit of like an overcoat tunic with some nicer leather pants and gloved his hands so that way his claws aren't sticking out.
Fair.
And that can be seen as, intimidating.
Okay. Oh, you've got it stuck in my head now, Brad.
Sorry.
It's all good, brother. I think it's funny. Handling one little thing.
And silence.
Silence.
Hey, I hum songs because I don't like silence, and it's just kind of like a tism thing.
Fair enough.
No, I accidentally clicked the button. Damn it. I did not mean to click the button.
Click the funny button.
Funny little button.
Super.
How am I going to unclick that? Ooh,
There we go.
God,
Finally
just
got it. Woo woo. Ah. I'll just use the
Wee woo.
document for now. Funny little fizzing button. Okay. Finish this later. Okay. Alrighty. After a bit of waiting, you would hear a knock on the front door. Yosef would go over and open it, leading to the first guest of the night. A tall, rugged man, seeming to be of Olandian descent, not of the family, but of Oland, wearing some of their tattoos and their bluish armored. He carries with him a large battle-worn shield and I don't remember what exactly the weapon is. It is holstered at his side. I do believe it is a sword. I'll double check. Yes, it is a sword. He would step in, Yosef would give him a nod and kind of like whisper to him really quickly and point up at Leo. The man would give a nod back and then start walking that way. Bossian, perception check for me, my friend.
Sure. I was figuring that was coming. Didn't want to get ahead.
Upon looking at the man, you would see the open parts of his arms where his sleeves and his skin meets are covered in battle scars. Not one, not two, but a menagerie of different wounds that have healed over time. Nothing fresh, but all of it just as grisly.
Bossian just kind of, probably not even to the guy noticing, just gives him a nod of respect, because that's pretty much what Bossian has too, so.
He wouldn't. He'd kind of like notice you nod at him. He'd give you a nod back, and this big kind of like missing in place tooth smile would gleam back at you. It's kind of like yellowed teeth under his bearded face. As he continues stepping forward, eventually making his way past Bjorn. Which, Bjorn, do a history check for me.
History? I don't have a good thing with history.
That's fine.
I think also Bjorn would probably stop him and ask him what his business is. Before he just kind of like approaches me.
Oh yeah, I guess I should probably move him to right about there. That would be more correct. No, that's a little too close. We'll go over more.
Like right here, yeah.
Probably like the foot of the steps.
Yeah, you're just kind of
Bjorn,
like it's
no.
yeah.
Beep boop boop bop.
Bjorn, I want you to do a perception check for me as well, my friend.
Okay. Okay. I almost clicked athletics.
Okay, very good. Bjorn, upon this man getting closer, you would notice one of his specific markings. One of which located on his forearm, on his right arm, that wraps around kind of like his elbow, front and back. You would recognize this as being a Oathendart symbol, which means oath broken. either given to those of which that their clan has been destroyed, or those of which that have been kicked out of a clan. It's an older tradition, not one that is used anymore.
I'm gonna percept to see if I see that.
16. You would see that, Leo, but I don't think you quite know what that is, as you didn't do a lot with the clans, and you're a younger generation.
Yeah, kind of like narrow my eyes, get the make of him as he approaches.
Yeah. But he would stop in front of you and kind of like, you'd see him take out his blade and set it in front of him and kneel with it. I, Bravidson, have come in hopes of meeting Leonelis, sir.
It's Ray's.
He'd
That is
stand.
unnecessary. I'm not a king. It's quite alright.
Sir, you're of higher stature than I.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't... What are you here for, I should ask?
Well,
What can I do?
sir, I hear you are looking for people interested in joining a guild.
I suppose that is what we are looking for. Though that doesn't mean everybody. What's caught your eye?
What has caught my eye, sir, is that you lead a group of warriors and people whom have slain demons. No, a demon. And have been through many hardships from the stories I've heard of you and your crew. I am hoping to find a clan or group that could provide me with a warrior's death, if it comes to it. I'm a hard worker, and I have outlived all my other clans.
That would be the reason to maybe not accept you. He kind of like chuckles a little bit.
It's not of my doing, sir.
Of course not. Simply a joke.
They were not as hardy as I for battle.
Well, Bravidson, is it?
Bravidson, yes.
There's a lot more that goes on in our guild than just fighting. We have plenty of fighters. No shortage on that. What I want to know is who are you? Not a fighter. Anyone can fight somebody. That's easy enough to do.
I've been a warrior by trade for my whole life. I do know how to trade and break horses. I grew up as a farmhand before I joined up with the guilds.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Where at, if you don't mind me asking?
I grew up in a town just east of here.
I don't have the name on hand. It is the same town that you guys had your little drinking party in.
Oh,
Okay. So, yeah, it's like a small town. It's like Stiltree. Alright. Well. And he'll kind of like motion for Bjorn to come a little closer. I kind of like start whispering to Bjorn and be like, "What's your make on the boy?"
He looks like a hardy worker.
He
What I
does.
can tell.
But I
Think he
wonder if he
would be
realizes
useful.
that. I wonder if he thinks that we just fight for the sport.
Doesn't. I won't be able to tell that yet. But what I can tell, he's.
Maybe we starting out with some more hearty grunt work, maybe?
That
Just
would
get-
be
get
wise.
the real make of him. Yeah. Alright. Bravidson. We have plenty of openings, so you can consider yourself a part of the Stone Tusks, but missions are not exactly... What I'm trying to get at, Bravison, is you have the make of a fine warrior, but I need to see the make of a fine man. So, as of today, you'll be helping Yosef out in the stables with the horses and the wagons. He's the carriage master, Yosef, I mean. This will provide you with a room downstairs. Should you want to move out of the guild house eventually, have your own place to call home, there is plenty of land at the below the cliffside towards the water line. That's where we're planning on having more people move in eventually anyway.
All right.
Of course, you will be fighting, don't worry. There will be fights, and when we need your strength, we surely will call upon it. But there is more day-to-day activities that we could use a strong man like yourself for.
I see you have muscle already. I will make myself of use in more ways than just that.
It's good to hear, Bravinson. I look forward to seeing what you can bring to this guild. Your room downstairs, let's say, which one's the open one, Cody?
You have...
on the back wall, like on the far back wall.
Yes, you have the main grouping room, and then there is a far back wall room.
Yeah. Take whichever of the far back walls you want. We haven't rented those out just quite yet. Don't worry about paying for that room either. Your work will do that enough. You can save up the money. Of course, you get cuts from each mission that you do with us. However much of that money, you can eventually buy your own plots of land at the bottom of the hill. There's plenty of land to go around, and
sir.
it'd be a great thing to have our own little city.
If I may, sir?
Go ahead.
I don't know the usual cut you pay, but I will only need half that in your company, sir. I'm not here for the money. I am here for being of use, serving, and dying, sir.
Well, let's hope that you don't die. That would not be what we want. We want you to live a nice, long, fruitful life, bear many children, and bear many grandchildren.
Sir, the children that I have all passed, and my family is as well. I am wanting to join them in the great sky eventually.
Jesus.
He is a cool bastard, I gotta say.
Well, Bravinson, you will receive your full cut. I'm not going to half cut you, even if that's what you want. You will receive your full payment.
All right, yes, sir.
Don't dwell too much on the dying. There's a lot of people, I'm sure, that you're going to meet here that, they may give you a reason to keep working on. I know that's how it's been for me.
All right, sir. I will go and check out my quarters then. Yes, and I'll be right back up to help Yosef.
Don't worry about Yosef. He's taking the day off. This is a celebration. Feel free to indulge in the drinks and the foods. It's all for the guild and for the guests.
All right,
but
thank you,
if you'd rather
sir.
settle into your room, then go ahead. Of course.
Thank you, sir. If you ever need me, I will be at the ready.
He would give a small little bow and start quickly jaunting his way over to Yosef.
I did not realize that the people of Nhildivarian held me in such high esteem.
I mean, you killed a demon. That's pretty big. Also, you've had a little friend spreading the stories of your crew around the tavern for a bit.
Was it Yosef or Gale?
It was Frix, because she was working the tavern. Gale has been writing a little bit, but it's mainly been Josephus Frix spreading the word.
Well,
Damn.
Let's hope that
Not expecting that.
He even
It was almost like looking in a mirror. Holy shit.
Everyone's like, Bjorn?
Yeah, him and Bjorn do give the same vibes.
Him and Bjorn have the exact same vibe. I'm glad that I'm giving this dude a reason to live instead of just fighting all the time. I'm like, alright man, just work on building houses and breaking horses in, dude. I don't want you to die, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Whoa.
What a bastard.
I've had that guy cooked for a while. Oh
Is that
man,
because of me,
What?
Cody?
I had him around
Don't
before
make it-
you.
By the-
Actually, I've had him on backburn of NPC since the beginning of the campaign.
By the way, Cody,
Yeah.
I think I discussed this with you
Mhm.
a little while ago before we actually made the longhouse, but our longhouse is on the top of a big ridge, right?
Yeah.
And then like below the ridge, there's all that land until it hits the water line.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because what I want to eventually have happen is have the guild grow to such a size that the guild becomes its own city per se.
Yeah.
So
I
that
can
we have a
definitely see
bunch of
that.
people living at the bottom, having trade in the ports and stuff. Like I don't want everybody living in the longhouse.
Yeah.
This
No,
is
I
more
get it.
of like the yeah. So okay, that's what I was trying to get across. Okay, cool. I was making sure that it's still a thing we can do.
Hey,
Very cool.
hey, Cody.
Hey, Braden.
Cody. It's
Yeah.
like that guy was like that NPC was like if you made all my characters into one person.
He's pretty cool.
That was like
Uh,
that was
let's hope that
scary.
let's hope the next applicant does not want to die so bad.
I hope the next applicant isn't just me now. It's just like,
Yeah, it's just- it's-
Yeah.
It's
I-
all like the alternate universe version.
Yeah. Bjorn, he does follow this. He does follow some of the same tenets that you do under Odvjarson. You could see by also looking at his markings.
Hey, nothing is more fulfilling than giving a man's job, breaking horses and building houses. That's what he
Yeehaw.
needs. That'll get him back to
No way.
back. That's what he needs.
No way.
A man's org. All
Yeah.
right, bring on
So
the
that guy left.
next guest.
Alrighty. I will
Leo.
get that.
By the way,
Yeah.
when he left, Bjorn kind of turned around when he was gone and out of the room. He kind of turned around and looked at you and mouth, "Am I like that?"
It's like I don't know if you want to die as much, but you can be like that.
Bjorn kind of goes quiet and it just goes, mm-hmm. And goes back to watching the guild hall.
Don't are you judging me?
No, not at all.
Just like you're
It was
judging.
kind of like he says with like totally not judging but kind of judging voice.
Yeah, I'm like you're judging me a little bit here.
No, where would you get that?
The next knock that comes at the door would come at a bit of a rhythm, and a bit of joyous tone to it.
I have a bad feeling.
A bad feeling. You'd see Chomps kind of like
Bad
sniff
feeling.
the air for a second, and then run over to the door and start scratching on it.
Well, is somebody gonna let him in?
Bastian
No,
just
he stays outside.
Bastian kind of saunters over because I thought Joseph was still over there and
He went outside a minute ago.
opens the door.
You would see Yosef and a partly familiar face behind him. Yosef is carrying a box of wine. As he'd kind of like give you like a nod of thank you for the door, and he'd like try and slip past you with the wine
Yeah,
box.
no, Bastian like you know when someone comes to the door and they're like they don't stop, he just kind of like steps out of the way.
That's when you would see Astrid step in, an old friend from a very far off town you guys once visited.
Fantastic.
Bastian, can Bastian make a history check? Because I don't
Yes,
even
you
know
can.
if you would remember.
She's
her.
the lady that I accidentally rizzed. And I
You
felt
didn't
really bad
though,
about
really. She was just being friendly. Bastian, you don't remember her.
Bastian squints for a second, like thinking he remembers her, and just like watches her go
What's
by, and like it's like I don't. Like under like in his head, he's like she looks familiar, but she's not.
I would like to let it be known that only Bjorn would probably hear this. BNLS very quietly goes, "Oh bloody hell!"
Bjorn gives you like a look, like with a raised eyebrow.
Bastian now peeks outside as well. Like, is there anyone else outside that I would recognize that?
You would recognize Avalon Drasky stepping up as well.
Well, thank God at least he's here.
Bastian doesn't need a history check. He remembers that. He's kind of goes.
Evelyn's got a big
smiles
smile on
and
his
walks
face. Yeah. He'd kind of like give you one of those like little playful punches in the arm as he heads past.
Bastian kind of smiles toothfully out and closes the door behind him. And
Cody,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to also do a history check, see if I remember this lady.
Go ahead.
Oh,
Oh yeah, you know who she is. She is the shopkeeper in the town that you woke up and found the others in the day you met Leonellis and Bastian. The one you woke up outside of in the pile of bodies and
the one
blood.
where I had no toys? I walked in and asked how much water was, and she was like, "Oh, it's this amount." And I was like, "Oh, okay," and left.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's the lady.
How much is water? I forgot about the.
How much is a bottle of water?
Just covered in blood.
The juicy bits of
It was
everybody
after I
just
watched,
smothering you.
Don't say that.
The liquidy bits, is that better?
Oh, that's worse.
I hate that this is recording. I say the most cursed
The
words.
liquidy bits.
Oh no, don't you dare quote me on that, sir.
Quoting you, it's happening.
Ah! Okay. Not much was missed. Just Bastian got back to town and we're doing the guests arriving at the longhouse. Sorry, audience question. Well, hello everybody, and Mr. Bjorn and Leonellis.
Like Leonellis like nod and like smile.
Yeah, Evelyn gives like this big toothy grin. How you doing?
As good as one could do.
Well, yeah, brought you some drinks.
Oh well.
There
Thank
was
you.
Gator. Well,
Yeah.
me and the mister, we're gonna wait till more guests arrive, I guess. But
Oh no,
yeah,
go ahead and
oh.
indulge. Have a good time. It's on us
Hey.
tonight.
if that bowstring ever of yours breaks open, head on down to the Dreskin Drake again. We're always welcome to have you.
I'll keep that in mind.
They'd both kind of like saunter off towards the table and sit down.
ow, knee.
Wait, did he say my name or did the lady say my name?
He said your name. The
They
guy.
both did.
Oh.
I ever gave that lady my name.
I'm sure they're probably
Famous in
about you.
town, dude. It's
Yeah.
you're bound to have gotten.
Oh, I forgot about that. It's not. I'm never gonna get used to that.
I don't know if another guest is coming in, but I'm gonna excuse myself and be like, if anybody comes in, Bjorn, just tell him I'll be right back. I'm gonna go check on Hefla. Sure he's doing all right.
Audience, if you would please grab the next guest.
Bastian is by the way is helping Yosef with the wine.
Can I ask what Hefla's doing when she's upstairs?
She is currently sitting on the side of the bed, like looking at the two children. They're in their cribs now. Both of them are sleeping. Hefla's just kind of like looking at them. She doesn't even notice you come up.
And she like kind of walks up behind her and like puts his hands on her shoulders and is just admiring the view.
Oh, yes. Admiring the view of these two little bundles of joy. 3 bundles of joy. She kind of looked over at the other kid.
Yeah, told him.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna take me a bit to get used to the names of them.
Yeah. Sandra, Yarvar, and Tolden.
I'm just gonna write this down. Thank you, Hex.
Well, I guess, like, I don't know if... I suppose we'll just leave them up here. We don't have a door on our room.
Not really, no, you don't have a door on them.
We need a door.
You do. Not to mention it, like, overlooks the hall.
I know, yeah, we need a door.
It's high enough nobody's gonna be able to see up there still.
Well, yeah, it's more from the stairs that I'm worried about.
Yeah.
I'd be like, well, whenever you feel like coming down and helping me trip my way through conversation, the guest is starting to arrive.
I'll be down soon. I just putting the babies to rest and getting the
Right.
strength in my legs back.
Oh yeah, I wish we could just stay up here for the rest of the night, but
Hey, you're the one who wanted to invite people.
yeah, well, we gotta hope that we get in the good graces with some of these powerful people.
I guess.
And
So.
there's a chance that we find some new guild members too. We've already found one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, big guy. He wants to die. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it's quite the character. It's kind of like Bjorn, actually.
oh.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be interesting having two of them.
Oh.
She'd smile with the O at the Bjorn bit, but it was more like a O, like a concerned O at the first bit.
Yeah. No, he's not a vampire. He's just a I don't know. You know what I mean.
Okay.
Alright. He's gonna
I'll be doing
he'll
so.
he'll like kind of push off and be like, all right, just making sure you're all right.
Mhm.
Then
Quite all right.
he does the as he's walking down, he like snaps his fingers and he pulls that little like healing white rabbit again. And he kind of like smiles at her and goes down descends the stairs.
You'd hear her giggle as it would kind of like head towards her.
Alright, return and take a seat.
Alrighty. Alright. The next person to arrive. The door isn't knocked on this time. Instead, it is just like opened and quickly steps in Yarland. With a big smile on his face. He's holding two bottles of what seem to be firebrand brandy. Oh, that hurts to say.
Yeah, it does.
With a big toothy grin. And Yosef would give a big smile and look at him. Yosef would run over real quick, give his dad a hug before getting back to what he was doing. Yarlin would step up.
Oops.
Hello! How are we all?
Pretty good. I mean, tired for sure, but pretty good.
Is my son doing good work?
Of course, it's you know he's doing all right. I wouldn't worry too much about him.
Well,
Drinks? And he kind of like hold out one of the bottles to you.
He's like none from me, not quite yet.
He kind of like tilts his head with a big old grin and kind of slowly tilt it towards Bjorn. Good stuff.
Bjorn just like looks silently and says, "Not right now."
He'd go ahead and kind of do like the okay, with a big old like grin on his face, and then he'd just like quickly head off. Yosef and him like reconvening, and both of them like sharing the bottle together. You'd figure at this point Yosef was probably taking the night off to spend time with his tops.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Alrighty. I'm gonna add another name to our list real quick. It's not hidden. Alright. Audience, another member, please. Or another person. Two. He has already arrived. I'm gonna just start putting little asterisks for the people who have arrived. This one it is. This one it is. This one it is. This one. Okay. Yeah. My bad. 4. Okay. Give me a moment. Does it take me a second to find him because I know where he's at. It's okay.
So tempted to have Bjorn pull out a book again. Just read while we wait. So I want to break the silence by talking.
That's fair. The door. This time you wouldn't hear a knock at the front door. You would hear a knock at the side door.
Where's the side door? What's
There's
there?
a side door here and a side door here. You've got 2 side doors.
I didn't notice this.
There are 3 points of entry and exit in the building.
In case of
I need
emergency.
that. That's a lot of doors.
Vinyara would look up and get a big grin on her face as she'd hear the knock. Gale would kind of, at this point, kind of break out of his little writing as he'd hear the knock as well. And they'd both kind of look up at you, Leo, with a big grin as Vinyara would get up from her seat and go over and open it.
Wait, they just like grinned at me? Oh,
Yeah, they both just kind of like looked at you both, looked at you, as Ladir would step in.
Oh boy.
Bastian jumps up. He is,
Ladir?
Oh,
When have I
boy.
heard that name?
Wolfman.
He runs over really fast.
Oh.
And
are we all doing?
Like,
Oh my god.
like tackle hugs him.
Alrighty. You almost knock him over, but he hits up against the pillar here, and he'd hug you back real tightly. How's my favorite cat doing?
Amazing! You missed a lot.
I've noticed. I got back in town just a few days ago, and I've been planning to visit, and I just I didn't know that terrific timing, really.
Yeah, absolutely.
You look
I've got a
great.
lot to catch you
A
up.
few more scars, I see.
Yeah, well, when you gave me the advice to stay out of trouble, well, you know I wasn't gonna take that advice.
Of course not. When do you ever?
Well, I've got a lot to catch you up on. I'm sure the rest have a lot to catch up on too. So,
I can't wait to hear it.
yeah, absolutely. Well, welcome in. Take a seat. There's plenty. Got some of the good ale and.
Mind if I sit by you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'll move in with the rest of the folk. I've just kind of been sitting in the corner waiting for the interesting people to show up.
Well, lucky for you, one has. He'd kind of give like his big grin. He'd give a wave over to like Leo and Bjorn. Hey, guys.
He just like returns the wave and just kind of smiles at him.
Bjorn kind of like stares at Bastian with a surprised face because he's never seen him do this.
He's never seen Bastian's oldest friend.
No, he's never seen them two interact.
Also, it's weird because Bastian is never really like jubilant happy. He's like been happy, but he's never been like outgoingly happy. The only times he's ever really been like that is when he was in Scarlet Cairn and when in this moment, yeah.
Yeah.
Those are pretty much the only 2 times. It's really nice.
I'll
Bjorn kind of looks at Leo and whispers.
Go ahead.
Oh, you go.
Go ahead.
Bjorn kind of like looks at Leo and whispers, "Does he always do that?" Wait for a response.
Leo,
Yep.
did you hear him?
What is that? I'm sorry.
He was asking. Bjorn was asking you if Bastian always does that.
What?
Happy to see
Yes.
people.
Oh no, I don't know why he likes that guy so much.
Great.
Something about that guy he just enjoys. I don't know. The first time that they interacted, they weren't that close, and then somehow now they're that close. It's better not to ask questions when Bastian's involved.
Bruh.
Guess you're right. He goes back to watching Bastian be jubilant. he were to put it.
Hey, bossy, check this out. And he'd like wave you over to follow him a little bit as he kind of sits down at the table. Come here. And you'd see him go ahead and he'd like lift up one of his shoulder pads, this big nasty like chunk out of his shoulder that's still healing and bandaged up. Guess what I got this from?
What?
A drake.
A full-on Drake?
Yeah. They had him down at one of the arenas down in Harrispire.
You never seem to disappoint. I haven't fought a Drake since Toitachi.
Goodness. We need to get you out more.
Yes, indeed. Bastian is gonna like lift the tunic, and there's probably still a scar from the Bone Devil from where he got pierced.
Goodness,
Well,
what's
guess
that?
where I got tail whipped by Bone Devil of all things.
Oh, those are nasty.
Yeah, well,
Get all the poison out.
I never got poisoned at all. Guess I got lucky.
I'd say so, yeah. Oh, golly. Well, good to see you're still alive.
Yeah,
Ah.
got lots of tails.
Well, I hope it's doing better than mine. It kind of like, it seems as if he's also missing part of his actual tail now. There's a few chunks of fur missing off it.
Well, we've got healers in the big city. I'm sure you know that already. You seem to know this place very well.
It's been my main visit since I've been back.
Yeah, well, they'll get you healed up nice and fine. If not that, then maybe somewhere around here will help. Got a lot of useful people around here now.
Yeah. It's looking great. You've got a lot of people filling the halls now.
Yeah. It's, it took a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to get here, but we're starting to finally make something of ourselves.
I'd say so. And you deserve nothing but... Nothing. How does the saying go?
Nothing but that, I believe, is the words you're looking for, friend.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. You guys have worked your asses off getting this place together. And I, personally, am very proud of the fact that I can say one of my best buds, he's got his own guild hall now.
Yeah, well, you're always welcome around. I know you do a lot of traveling, so...
I think you'll be seeing me more.
Yeah, absolutely. If you need to do a place to hold up while you're doing any work, our doors are always open.
Well, right now I am on, and you kind of like a little air quotes, vacation. The gladiator seasons down in Harrispire are over. I'm not really interested in going to Jackmar this time of year. And, I think it's better to stay up here in the cold for a bit.
Yeah, the warmth doesn't really do us fur-covered folk very well, does it?
Not really. Not to mention all the sand. Gets everywhere.
Oh yeah, I've only really been to Jackmar about twice, and it wasn't for very long. Still getting the sand out of my fur.
Oh. I got an invitation from, what was it? Pretty cold. It's for a fight pit over in, the Serpent's Fang Empire.
Oh.
I didn't even know they heard of me.
Well, you're pretty much the expert at gladiator fighting, so I'm actually not surprised at that. I feel like you sell yourself a little short.
Well, I also don't consider myself being a part of fanatical organizations. So, not really my kind of crowd. Too many teeth, too many scales.
I agree. They're odd folk, but odd folk is what we seem to be finding ourselves in the company with more often than not nowadays.
Stranger and stranger.
Yeah, but that's what keeps life interesting.
For sure.
Bastian grabs one of the mugs on the table and just kind of pours himself from the jug of sake, the gourd, and he's like, "Well, time to get to the drinking. This party just kicked up a notch."
Bossy, I'm gonna have you go ahead and make a Constitution save for me.
Oh boy.
Hell yeah!
Oh no!
Bastian told you this was gonna be a bad idea. You should have listened to him.
He should have listened to himself.
Yeah. It's not my job.
So Constitution. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Not there yet, but
Yes.
I don't
just
like
able,
that
you're,
word.
you're able to enjoy the drink right now.
Yeah. It
Alrighty.
tastes like home.
It does.
Cody,
Yes.
don't make me get out my keg. That can change real fast.
Well, you just got another thing of it as Yosef
Yeah.
bought another
Oh,
bit of it back
baby.
into.
Oh, baby.
Oh, baby.
This high society party is not gonna last long.
It's gonna
I
be
mean-
from high society to
No, it's gonna
very
be high.
very low
It's gonna be high
class
society,
tavern.
and then it's gonna be Ladir and Bossian in the corner, like shoulder dancing
Drunk.
together.
Let's see here. My good audience members, would you please select the next one?
Did you say that in like that tone of voice? That was
I don't
very
know, man.
menacing.
I'm being silly, a silly little guy.
Silly little dude.
He's just standing there.
Menacingly.
Seemingly. You know what, Cody? Until the next guy comes, Bjorn will read more out of his
8.
book.
Okay. Oh. Oh.
Who is this?
Oh baby. Oh baby, a triple.
Oh, baby, a triple. Yep. Alrighty. Bossy, I need a perception check from you first.
Okay. Okay, there we go.
So as he breaks out in the song and dance, looks like the Saki.
Bossian, you get the
Back to them.
strangest hint of cat fur
What do you mean, like
from
scent?
the door south. Yes, like a scent.
Like my kind, or like
Pretty close to your
Like-
kind.
house cat kind?
Not house cat, like your kind.
Okay, Bastian, like hoping for the best, kind of like slowly turns his head. Like he's that kind of gets him on edge. So
As you look towards the door, a semi-familiar face would step through.
Oh my.
what?
Saber-toothed tiger.
Mm-hmm. It looks very familiar to the other tabaxi servant you saw in the main hall. She is armed with 2 what seem to be war picks, one-headed war picks that are both at her sides, and there is a scroll, very fancy scroll, kind of like strapped to her back, like at her waist. She would step over. She'd kind of give this big old like nod of recognition towards Ladir and Bassian, and head down the main line.
Is it in person, or is it she just look the same?
I want you to do a insight check for me, please.
Okay. Insight is something I don't have a lot in, but it's something I have some in. So hopefully, nope.
Nope. The alcohol is hitting.
No.
He takes a squint, but she's moving, so he doesn't get a good enough look before she's gone to tell if it's the same person.
Jake, you saw that servant, yes?
Yeah, I was in there.
You can't. It isn't the same person, but there's definitely familial. There's definitely some family close with them, as they both look very alike. She would walk up and give a nod to Leo and Bjorn. Oh golly, I don't have a friggin' voice for her. Quickly looking up how to Khajiit's talking Skype.
You have words if you have coin.
Khajiit has wares if you have coin. It comes out way too deep.
Majid has wares if you have coin. Like that.
Start off
You
by
guys play
saying,
Skyrim way too much.
I know, we know.
Oh, no,
But
it's
they've
just
got
an Arab-
funny
it's
little
just-
cat men.
It's just an Arab accent.
It is an Arab accent, that's fair.
Yeah. She hello there, Bjorn and Bjorn and Leonelis, like that.
Yeah, that's fair. You do a
It
better
sounds like
female
Lizelle.
voice than me a lot of the time.
It sounds like
This is
Blazell
very high.
from Baldur's Gate.
A little bit. A little bit. Yeah.
God.
Don't bring up that game. Don't do it.
We'll play it.
Yeah.
That game hurts my brain.
We'll play it again sometime. Blah, 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 blah.
Hibbity hobbity hoobity boobity boo.
Yep.
Yeah. Hibbity bobbity boo. Whoa. Sorry.
Back to the cat lady.
Yes, the kitty lady.
You can work on a voice later if you just want to like.
Yeah.
Hello. Carlia at your service.
Hello, Carolina.
I have been looking for a job. My sister works for the palace.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen her a few times. What exactly are you looking to do?
A purveyor of coin. And fine goods. And I can sneak into many places.
Well, I don't know if we have an opening for a thief, but
Thief, no. Spy master.
we kind of already have one, but I guess you could work with him if he is keen on that.
Who? May
and
I
he
go
just
and meet?
He just kind of points at Bastian.
We're going to get along just fine.
Yeah. There's a few open rooms in the basement on the back wall.
I will not disappoint, sir.
Okay, yeah.
She'd give a little salute and then like jaunt her way that way as well.
Okay.
Bjorn kind of realized that there was a person there and looked up from the book to see her walk away.
Dude, these
Kind of blink a couple times.
These have been some characters, dude. I tell you what.
I like them. They're cool.
Let's see. Oh, you guys are gonna hate me. You guys are actually gonna hate me.
Is it gonna be who I think it's?
I know who's coming.
Oh no.
I had a really bad feeling, and I think it's a necessity.
You were just gonna get ready not to Eldritch Blast him.
Blast him.
Send him to the Shadow Realm, Jimbo.
Some people make mistakes in the heat of passion, Jimbo.
Alright, let's
You're
let's
one
bring
of
him in.
What? Okay, Cody, come on.
Not in the reference to you. I was saying like in the reference of like that. Whatever.
To the
Don't
clip,
make that
yeah,
mistakes in
I
there.
understand.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta get the friggin' other tokens too. Shit, hold on.
I have voice line prepared for this character if it's who I think it is.
I haven't. If it's who I think it is, I haven't met him, so I have no problem with him.
Yet.
Yeah, no problem with them, brother.
No problem with them yet, my man.
Yeah, this is rather chill, my man. If he says something along the lines that I think he's gonna say, it's gonna be a problem right quick.
Right, schmickety dick.
Yeah.
Gotta get this, gotta go here, gotta go token stamp again, because I keep not having the tokens on hand and have to make them very quickly.
That's fine. We can do funny little character things while you do that.
That's true. You guys go ahead and interact a bit while I'm getting this ready. Please.
Guys, aren't you glad that I said something?
I mean, I will give you
and-
guys time if you're trying to do stuff. It won't bother me.
Bossian and Ladir are basically just like very like enthusiastically telling each other what has happened. Like Bastian going over like the fight with the frog thing, and
Oh, the frog thing.
yeah, the frog beast, and talking about all the bounty contracts he did while the hall was being built. And I'm assuming Ladier's just basically saying where he was and talking about that, and they're just like really happy and
Waiting-
they're both cutting up.
You wanna know what I'm waiting for?
What?
Them start talking about books.
Oh yeah,
Like Kakashi and Jiraiya.
you know what?
Did
Just
you
for
read the
a
newest
point,
issue of Make Out Tactics? Oh, Kakashi, I wrote that book.
Bastian, and just for the funny, Bastian and Ladier would eventually like run out of stories to tell, and there's just like for a second there's like a silence between them as they're like trying to think of what to say, and then Bastian just like whips out the book he's been reading, the Tusk Love book, and
Oh my god.
he's like, so what you've been reading, and then just they start going down that rabbit hole.
Oh my god. Strangely enough, Ladier's probably okay with this conversation topic.
Yeah, because he has like the reading glasses and does.
Yeah,
that
he
too.
does. He reads romance novels more than smut, but yeah.
And
like-
Bastian doesn't know what it
Bastian,
is.
that is romance
To this
novel.
day, I cannot believe that Bastian not only is reading smut in the Guild Hall, but smut about orcs, where there's literally my wife is an orc.
Bastian doesn't know what it is. He just reads it because it's interesting.
yeah, sure.
The books that he reads are definitely like Bastian, the one that you're reading is definitely more like just funny time related, while
Yeah.
the not
Definite-
that much substance.
Yeah.
Yes, we made a reference to that, Hex.
Same one.
Same
we
one.
I didn't want to make up a smut book from medieval time name, so I just did the funny.
If we ever do end up getting an actual one, I'm gonna cry.
Please
going to cry.
don't do that.
Not in a good way. I'm
Don't.
not gonna cry in a good way.
Please don't. Just don't.
We're not.
Don't even
I won't go
attempt.
down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
What do you mean? You already have.
I have, but it was for one thing, and it was for funny, and I'm gonna keep it a running joke.
Yeah, if we find the wrong one, there will be rabbit holes. Anyways, that was bad. It was really bad. Kill me.
That
Let's
was-
rabbit
that
holes
So,
exist.
so anyways, Bjorn kind of looks at Leonellis.
Yeah.
It's like, so is your all coming together now, boss?
I suppose so. Who comes in
So
next?
are you not happy with it?
Well, it's just been
Sure.
quite the group. Especially the two new Firewings, I guess. They've been, something for sure.
Bjorn nods. Seriously, do I really sound like that?
Sometimes.
By worse than that? He asked with.
No. Well, I mean, when you're going crazy, yeah, but...
Very fun. Very delighted.
Poor Bjorn. he's having an identity. He's like, oh wait, I really am that bad. But Bastian had.
He's pretty much having a midlife crisis right now.
Yeah, that's what Bastian had to do when you freaked out for the first time. He was like, am I really that bad? Was I really like that bad at the village? Like. It's funny. We're all having crises right now.
Yeah, especially you with your funny little book, huh?
Look, my poor little monk does not understand that shit. I mean, he does, but he doesn't like. He just more so sees it as weird than anything else that to be like avoided. Like he thinks it's like perfectly okay to talk about because you guys like ridiculed him for not like knowing it what it was. So he just reads it without regret because he doesn't know it's not to be like. Because you didn't even tell him when he was. You just like asked him why he's reading that. And I was like, it's cool. It's an interesting book, and you never told him to stop. You just told him like you asked him what is wrong with you, and that was it. You just thought you didn't like the book.
Like you said about read it before and you just didn't like the plot or something. Like what? It was very silly. The next guest to arrive wouldn't show immediately, as a few guards of Varnloft would step in first. Kind of like paving the way as they would open the doors and whatnot, and get into different positions along it. A man in a brown hooded robe and armor would step in. Another man in a black robes and like heavy bone armor would step in as well. Next, Avery himself stepping through the doors.
God damn it.
Bastian looks over as Avery enters because he thought it would just be the king, and he just like slams he like was taking a drink, slams his cup down, and just like quietly, as to not like out himself, just looks at Nadir and he's like, well, fun's over. The mood killers arrived.
You need me to punch somebody in the face?
Just let him be. He's harmless. He's just likes to bark louder than he can bite.
Okay.
Bjorn, you hear Leonel's like smack his lips a little bit, like do like the like sound, and then if you would look at him, his arms are crossed and he's just kind of like he's just staring him down.
Bjorn's immediately kind of like happy little smirk disappears and like battle ready face appears for a second. Because as far as he knows, if you don't like him, that means he's really bad.
Who knows? Maybe
Also puts
Avery
his
will
book
be like
away.
a really good party guy and he'll win Bastian over. We'll see. You have to do really well, though. Let me tell you.
The two guards would make their way up first. Avery has this big smile on his face. Well, what do you know? It's our little startups.
I'm sorry,
How are
what was your
we?
name again?
Oh, Avery. Avery Fineheart.
Like a Bjorn, like, I don't... Well, it's good to meet you.
That's fine. I'm sure you wouldn't remember somebody who stick your business anyways. Well, my father is on his way, but I am coming to obviously make the grand entrance first. Now, if you don't mind, would you please put me towards the drinks?
He like gives him a look and he's like, he just like holds his hand out and he's like, just look around. Like literally it would be hard to not find a drink. You would have to deliberately be going out of your way to not find a drink in this place.
Which is quite obvious what he's doing.
You know what?
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant the expensive stuff. You do have that, right?
Oh, I don't know. Did you bring any? No? That's too bad.
Leo, I kind of like cut in. He is a guest. Kind of gives you a look to like, I know, but work with me.
Yeah. Even Bastian at this point would be like, just give him what he wants. But
Well,
he's
it's
not over
good to
there.
see somebody knows their place around here. Ta-ta.
Bjorn like
Oh.
twitches.
Oh, dude, that literally made my I balled my fist up in real life. Like, that is so against everything.
What? You didn't say anything, did you? He kind of like turns around with like a blankish look on his face, but with kind of like a Swedish smirk.
Are you looking at me?
No, I'm now have turned back around to look at Avery.
Oh, I was gonna say something if you're looking at me.
But I was originally looking at you.
Oh well, if you would look at me now, he's sitting there like he's chewing on like the end of his like right thumb's like nail, like just like he's not biting it, he's just kind of like it's just in his mouth, and you can see that his right knuckle is glowing incredibly bright. Oh, he wants to kill him so bad. It's so funny because I literally like my character is so overpowered. I could end this guy in an instant. That's how bossy.
Think of it.
I could do. With one roll, I could do like 100 and something damage to this guy. Oh,
Hey, Leo.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like a drink?
I'm alright.
Um,
What's with the fucking stoicism, boys, right here? Just chilling, hanging out.
Yeah, both of them gave like Bjorn and you a nod before like setting up in guard positions here at the front.
Fucking guys, dude. Could deal with his bitch ass all day.
Wait, do I have a weapon on me? I'm trying to remember.
Of course, you should. I hope you do.
Well, I'm trying to think if I have either my great axe or my bow on me, but
I'm
don't.
sure you have something.
I'd say
nearby.
great axe because you're a guard, but
At
that's
the
all you
very
have.
least, have a hand axe or something with you.
Yeah, you got
You know what,
something.
Cody. We have the very busted great axe on us.
That's fair. Okay.
Very fun one.
It's your preferred weapon. Bosnian doesn't have his spade, but he doesn't need it. So
Right.
I don't have my bow, but again, I don't really need it.
I mean,
don't
Boston
need
can
it.
Mortal Kombat somebody's spine out in any second. So
Oh,
I mean,
just wait. After what Cody has bestowed upon my character when I summon fucking 4 different things.
Bosnian has not stopped like he's trying to make it as least obvious as possible, but his glare has not left the guy.
I'm gonna kill this guy. I'm not gonna be able to stop myself. If he says something, I'm gonna get so mad.
Cody, how did he say that last part to me? At least someone.
How do you
in his
think
place,
he
like
said
very
it?
I'm assuming it's very pompous and like, yeah, you better.
he
listen.
was doing it pompous, but he was staring Leo in the face as he did it. Before
All
like
all
stepping
I
on
know
the
is that
sand.
his feelings were hurt as fuck when I pulled that little like what's your name?
Yeah, because he stumbled back on his words. That's how I knew you hurt his feelings.
This is when I'm invoking my own personal like what I would do, and it's working so well because like
It's-
Cody and me are not similar. Cody's
No,
much
we're
more
not.
nice than I am.
We
I am
really aren't.
extreme. I am holding back.
No, it's honestly hard for me to like play his
if this
character
was,
because
like, if this was like a real situation, I would have just decked that dude in the chin.
Hex says, Cody, how did you make an NPC that on my first time meeting this guy, I want to make a guy just to deck him in the jaw?
Dude, yeah, see, he knows. I literally just
But
said that.
it's a good character though, because it's an effective one. Like it gives us meaning in this world. All right.
It pisses me off playing him.
Leo, where are you? Are you just like chewing on your thumb?
No, now he's just kind of shit on the inside of his like lip.
Bjorn hand is feeling very twitchy today. All of a sudden, I don't know why.
Mine is definitely still glowing.
Oh, my God.
I'm actually very glad that Hefkel is not down here.
Huh. Oh,
my gosh.
That is someone that I physically cannot control.
Oh my gosh.
By the way,
pick him up by
if
the
you
throat
listen
and
closely
throw him out
enough,
in the
there's
street.
like if you listen close enough, his axe is like kind of doing the little cricky crackles.
God, just let a new guest come. I just need to get.
Bossy. Okay. Well, before that happens, Bossy, and you'd kind of just hear, turning. I guess if you want to turn around towards that.
Is it? Oh, it's Ozzy! Yeah. At least there's some guy from the city that I actually enjoy the company of, somewhat. He was a kind of a nice enough fellow. I only met him once.
Hi there, Bossian.
Bastian turns around and
That poor guy is the envoy of this.
Bastian just like turns around, like does a double take at Avery to see if he's looking at him.
Hey,
stands up, like slightly like saunters over to the little pillar there, and he just kind of like whispers as quietly as he can, and he's like, I admire more than anything else that you can stand serving that guy.
you know, the funny part is, I actually serve his dad. His dad just told me to come along with him today. I didn't even know I didn't know I got invited here. This is super cool.
I love him. I love him. I want him. Can we keep him?
Bastian just kind of like thinks for a second, and he kind of has this realization, like, this guy is a guard. His whole life probably revolves around, like, he wanted to be a guard from the day he was a child, and that's all he aspired for. And he just kind of he's like really kind of just like his heart gets a little bit warm because he's just like, this guy lives a simple life, man. He appreciates that. So he just like he just kind of shoots him a grin and like as he sits back down, and he's like, but before he does, he's like, I'm glad you're having fun.
No, I'm on duty. You think it would be okay if I had one of the drinks?
Bastian like
Get this man a
smiles a bit wider and just picks up a bottle of whatever's on the table and like hands it back to him.
You'd hear like a little like happy jitter out of him as he'd like grab the bottle.
Yeah.
You'd see him take it like lift up like the visor on his helmet to drink it. He's still keeping his helmet on. You haven't seen this dude's face yet.
Bastian just grins and then like gets like almost like an almost like a shit-eating grin, like as he like subtly, like not obviously, looks towards Avery because he knows like, well, at least if shit does go down, like if someone does lose their cool, we have one more person who might be on our side.
I will say Avery is sitting there just like very daintily like cutting into one of the cheese wheels and like not daintily but just very poshly like drinking and enjoying the food that's there.
Bastian just like squints at him for a second, and he like whispers to Ladir, like leaning his head in. He's like, I'm surprised someone's not cutting it for him.
Well, I mean, that's true, yeah. I mean, you know, baby arms over there wouldn't be able to cut much anyways, it seems, but prove me wrong.
Well,
Do the slow turn with like that cheating grin and boss.
I think that sword is just for shows. I don't think he can even lift the dang thing.
Guarantee it's one of those training swords from the barracks he just picked up to have with him.
Oh, that would be brilliant. I'd love...
Everybody hates this guy.
Everyone.
All my homies hate him.
I'm sure the guards despise him.
But continue back to that. I just wanted to.
Oh man, I'm smiling like such an idiot right now. I've gotten past the annoying guy.
I cannot wait till Cody figures out the most hilarious way to just like fuck this guy over eventually. I cannot wait.
Bastian still is kind of like guard raised around him because of what happened in the market, but he's not telling anyone because he doesn't want to ruin the mood.
Surprised you haven't noticed something.
What is left of the mood?
Do you want to ask Ozzy, if he's found anything else out.
No, he's in full party mode. He doesn't
Jordan,
want to.
what have you noticed?
I can't do this since it would be,
How?
metagaming.
Out of
How would that?
It involves one of the people that came here with the people in the murder. I'm here with Mr. Fuckface down there.
The guy
right.
The guy in bone armor?
No, this guy.
Oh,
He's wearing a brown cloak. Bossian doesn't notice that, but I feel like I'll see if he notices it later. I don't want to metagame. But that is a good point out.
yeah. Yeah, that's why I didn't want to say anything originally.
But let's continue.
Also, before the next guest comes, Bjorn will grab him one of the dragon's blood, whatever. Just sip on it.
Already. It was Dragon's Breath, I think.
Yeah, same difference.
Yeah. That's a cool name for alcohol, is Dragon's Breath.
Well, it smells terrible after you're done, and it burns on its way down. So.
I can taste
I
the
don't know why.
flavor.
I thought a thing called like Dragon's Breath would be like really fruity wine. I don't know why.
It's
gives
it's
me
a
that.
very
Damn.
it's a very
Like
spicy
dragon's
weed.
fruit.
Huh. That actually also is another thing I could see, so
Honestly, Cody, it just tastes like fruit.
Yeah, the more fruity drinks you're actually going to find in tropical places like Jekmar and like, of course,
Apple flavor.
the jungles of Akaviri, which actually I haven't even
Jungles?
name dropped that until now. Oh my gosh.
Holy what?
Yeah,
Lore?
more.
Or
Yeah, I have tons of lore on that actually written already. But I know none of you have headed there yet, so it's connected to the northern portion of Jekmar.
you know what I just remembered?
What?
I was thinking, funnily enough, just in my psychopath brain, because I'm thinking about if we got into a fight with this kid, I want to know how I'm gonna fucking beat his ass. I just realized that I've been using disarming attack, which uses a strength save. When I have a bard thing that basically says whenever I make a saving throw and it's strength, I can make it a dex save instead. Anyways, continue. Sorry, I
Oh,
didn't
you could
want
just
to.
kick it out.
Yeah, because I've been neutering myself because strength is like my lowest stat.
Gotcha. Alrighty. Okay. Let me see here. Who else do we have to bring in?
he's the king.
I think it literally
Absolutely
just is
sure.
Sean. Oh, no, I do have one more guest before the king.
Oh no, that laugh does not.
Oh dear, who's the next guest?
Terrified.
I have a one thing because that's why he's why he's laughing, and it makes me really nervous that it's a funny character that I think I know who it could be, and it will make Bossian very uncomfortable.
God, can we just have like fucking Frick show up, please? Like, this guy's pissing me off. I'm just pissed off.
Okay,
Violent.
let's see.
X is
I swear to
yelling,
God,
bring the
if-
creature.
If he fucks up my OTP, I'm fucking socking this guy. I swear to God.
OTP? What?
Yeah, man, I want to repair. It's Bossian and Fricks. I've been shipping them motherfuckers since they met. Oh, god damn it. Is that the fucking creepy snake lady?
No. It's Bark,
Uh-oh.
Who's Bark?
Who?
the bird that
Oh
made you
my
uncomfortable.
god! No!
Who the fuck?
You could have to explain to him who Bark is.
Bark is the.
Bossian gets really straight faced.
Oh, I want to know.
He's one of the workers at the Happy Crow that Bossian stopped in at. that yelled profanities and helped me.
Yeah, he can only speak what he's heard. He can only say what he's heard.
What is he doing here? Why is he allowed in these walls?
What do you mean? Why is he allowed? It's open.
Bark would step forward, and you'd see Bark like step up on the first step and set down a shiny, like polished pewter mug, like ale mug, and kind of for your viewing pleasure, and
You just Bumblebee.
and then
what
just
was
like
that?
and then jumps. And that's pretty much all they can do. That's what Kenku can only do.
They are Bumblebee. They
Pretty
straight up
much,
are.
yeah.
They talk and
Bjorn looks at the mug and then looks at the bird like over and over again, trying to process what the fuck he just saw.
Oh, he's probably personally serving Avery.
You'd see him like bump into him, and then kind of like Avery would look over and shoo him away, and the bird would start walking. Perception check from you, Bossian.
Okay.
He's like, I'm sorry.
Not one for me.
No, he's new
Can
for
I do one
Bossian,
since
since
I
he's
have
closer.
enhanced senses?
Bossian the bird just nicked his coin purse.
He's done it.
And his
Come
dagger.
on,
He nicked a coin purse
Come on,
and a
Bark.
dagger, and he's sitting down right here.
Bark, lad, go on. Go on, lad.
Now, like, going from his, like, straight face of horror, just immediately, like, I don't even care if he has seen the fires of hell. That guy is that guy is an angel.
Come on, lad.
He's an angel from
lad.
angel from the heavens. That one.
Fantastic.
Last thing Bossy heard from Bark was, "Oh God, help me!" And now he's nicking the coin purse.
Bastian just smiles and takes a big sip
What a lad.
of sake and just.
What a lad, man.
Bastian also just points him out to Ladir and just.
Ladir immediately starts cracking up when you tell him what happens.
Yeah, I tell him what happened, and then he's
What
like,
a lad.
and then I also tell him what happened with the coin purse.
Oh,
You gotta love it.
Bossian, also because you got the 20, Bark would sit down for you a few seconds, you'd see him rummage through the coin purse, and then you'd see like 2 platinum coins drop out from the coin purse and roll under the table before Bark would get up and kind of like move to a different area.
What a lad. Oh, he's such a lad. I bloody love Bark.
So he did he take the platinum coins, or are they just left there?
Apparently they weren't interesting enough to pick up based on whatever else was in there.
They're not shiny enough.
Bastian
Dude,
is just gonna.
I
And Bastian is-
you gotta be careful.
Bastian is gonna. It's like as the guy walks by, he just like
Bloody Bark.
he sits up and just puts his hand out for the fist bump, because that's what Lionel's taught him. Is the fist bump.
He'd just peck your hand and keep walking.
Bastian then is going to like come over here. I'm assuming there's like kegs and stuff. He's gonna pretend to like fill his mug up with something over here, and he's gonna pocket the 2 platinum. Do I have to make like a sleight of hand for that?
Okay.
My Cody's muted. Oh, bloody hell, Bark! I love you.
I love Bork.
What a lad.
I
What a
liked him
lad.
before, but Bastian didn't.
Andy, you gotta put that platinum in the fucking guild storage
Right, I'm here now.
ASAP in case that motherfucker ends up
I'm back.
checking you.
Okay, so
The
I
audio's
said
okay.
that I was gonna go over to the table. I'm assuming there's like kegs and stuff around over by the table that he.
Oh yeah, it's
put the
just
thing on.
covered in like alcohol. There's like a keg on it and some alcohol and stuff. Yeah.
He's gonna like sort around like he's looking for a specific bottle, and quickly is going to try and pocket the platinum as quickly as possible. Is the coin purse still there?
No, he took the coin purse. He dropped the 2 platinum. He
Mine's
also
still-
seems to have left the dagger on the table, which
yeah, I
is
would
a
take-
Bossian.
I
You want
would
to know what the
take
dagger
that.
looks like?
What does it look like?
It is a gold hilted, like not twain blade where it's like missing the middle, so it stabs in 2 places when you stab with it.
yeah.
It is a
I-
+2 dagger.
I would,
Oh.
Boston, even if it wasn't a good dagger, I would take it because if he notices that his stuff is just laying around,
Yeah, I was going to pocket the platinum, and what I'm gonna do is what I'm gonna try and do is I'm gonna try and like slide it under the table so like he dropped it when he sat down, so that way there's no one suspicious.
Got it.
Like, so it'll be like, oh, I must have dropped my coin purse where I sat as well, or something like that.
Yeah, the
Are you gonna
platinums
try to
that
put it under his table?
I'm gonna like.
He never sat over here. That's what I'm wondering if you're gonna.
I'm gonna like wait for him to move and then put it under that table.
Okay, I got you.
I will say where the platinums fell were on the rugs under the table, so they weren't even that visible. You're the only one who saw them
Oh,
fall.
they didn't make it clingy.
Nope, they
So
didn't.
Lord.
So
Fucking
I'm pocketing those. Do I have to make like a sleight of hand or deception to like not get caught?
We'll do a sleight of hand.
Okay.
Bloody
I
hell.
think he should have advantage since
He
everyone's getting
does.
drunk.
Oh
Shit. Good thing I have advantage.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say I bend over, which kind of draws attention, but like I don't think anyone would notice what I'm looking for, and I'm just gonna. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna like pocket the coin, so I'm gonna add 2 platinum to my
He
inventory,
definitely saw.
and then I'm gonna pull out a bottle from underneath the table. And he's like, yes, I'm gonna make it look like I stashed it there, so I'm gonna be like really enthralled by the bottle. I'm gonna like shake it.
Oh my god.
Smooth.
The only person that paid
Um,
any mind was the friggin' dude in bone armor that saw it happen. The other two didn't even notice.
Okay,
Oh, that's still not good though. That guy's gonna
He,
be like,
he didn't like get alarmed by it or anything. He just kind of like glanced at you and then back at what he was doing.
so he didn't see me pocket the coins. He just saw me He just saw me like bend over.
Yeah, he saw you He saw you with the dagger. That's it.
So I didn't grab the dagger. I just looked at it.
Oh. Well, yeah, he just would have seen you bend over. Then that's it.
Yeah. Then Bastian. Dang. Should I make another sleight of hand for the dagger?
Nah. You just go and pick it up.
Okay, I like very carefully pick it up and
Actually, wait, Andy, you could just return it to him. Just like be genuine, and be like, hey, you left your dagger there, or just ask him if it's his.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that.
That'll make him feel like he's fucking stupid. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Bastian is gonna like.
+2 dagger.
It's a dagger. Dude, it's a dagger.
Any weapon is
Bastian, you got a
plus
nat 20
weapon
on
is better
that
than
on
no
that perception. The Kenku nicked it from like that dagger was like hidden in his shirt, like an inside
Holy
pocket kind of
shit,
deal.
Mike is fucking crazy.
So like I'm gonna.
If you were to walk up to him with that, you're pretty sure he'd be very suspicious of the fact of how you got it from outside of his shirt.
Oh yeah, that's very true.
I figured it was just like in the whole.
You keep it.
No, it's
I'll,
like one of those ones you tuck really deep for hidden purposes.
I'm
All
gonna.
I'm saying is that I would rather have 2 platinum than a shitty little dagger.
What I'm gonna do is I'm
I'll take the dagger.
going to. I'm not going to pick up the dagger. I'm going to place it in under the table in a place no one's gonna find it.
Okay.
So like he's gonna be suspicious, but he's not gonna find it there.
Uh-huh.
Cause
Underneath the rug.
No, I put it like when I bend. I'm gonna save this for flavor text. I'm gonna bend down, and when I'm bending down, I'm gonna grab the dagger and I'm just gonna like put it as far back up behind like bottles and whatever kegs are down there as possible. So that way it'd be almost impossible for them to find it.
Okay. That'll work. It'll be stored away right there.
Okay, and Bastian just sits up and like he said, he's like looking at the bottle like he's really excited about it, because that way it covers his trail, and then he just goes back and places the bottle and starts pouring it. He doesn't even know what it is, and he just he whispers to Ladir as silently as he can. He's just like, please act like this is the best ale you've ever had, for the love of God.
Ladir would just go, okay. And he just like picks up the friggin' thing, like takes it from you and just starts swigging it.
And Bastian just also puts on an act like it's the like he's gonna drink a big load of it.
Bjorn, can I get a perception check from you?
We could buy like 20.
I was
plus
gonna
the
talk
dagger,
about.
which does not-
I was gonna give the thing that the bird left to Leo, but I'll do a perception.
The what to me?
Yeah, he left
Fucking
the
cup. There's a
the
cup.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
I don't know. I don't want to touch that. I don't know what that is. Just gave me a
I'm
cup.
still giving it to you.
Okay.
It's being put on your lap.
I
It's
have
a
a
gilded
Yeti
cup.
horn. I don't want to use the. It's a gift. It's a gift from Park. I'll take it.
Yeah.
It's a gift. It's a gift from.
So Cody, do I notice anything?
It's a pewter cup. It's just a very fancy, like engraved
No,
mug,
not the
like
cup,
alcohol
you-
mug. Oh yeah, about the
about
perception that I had you do. The perception I had you do, the bird, you'd see like just like take two of the bottles and like they're empty bottles on the like end of the table, and kind of like tuck them into his cloak.
What's
and
he
then,
doing?
And then he'd kind of just like sit there with his like propping his head on his like little bird hands.
God, he's an enigma.
The other Tabaxi, can we get him as our spy master? This is a menacing motherfucker.
He's an enigma. His goals are beyond our understanding.
I just blink at this happening.
He does it like so shamelessly, like he didn't even care if you would have seen him.
Dude,
Hey, can I see what kind of drink that Bastian got? Actually, can I do a perception for that?
Yeah, what did I get? I did take a gigantic swig of it. Is it like a good ale? or is it just
Let me roll for it.
Can
Let
I
me roll for it.
perception
Let me roll
that?
for it.
Is it like rat poison? I didn't look at the
Imagine
bottle.
It's
Imagine if it was the shit that got me absolutely hammered.
it was a bottle of grog, which is probably one of the cheapest ales you can get. Like cheapest alcoholic drinks. It doesn't even classify as like an ale or a mead. It's just basically piss water.
Well, Bastian just like
Ladir drinks
When
it
he-
anyways, no problem.
Bastian drinks it and he's just like has to like he fakes a smile like he's been saving it away for something special, like it's some like golden like gilded bottle of his favorite thing ever. But inside he's like, this shit is the most nasty ale I've ever drank it.
Well,
and
then
I
you're
don't
lucky
wanna ever have
Ladir
that.
took it from your hand and swung it down. He chugged the rest of the bottle and set it down.
Bastian just like looks to him and he's like, thank you. And just
I'm back.
Hey, Katie.
what he does is he's gonna very carefully like show the platinum coins that he found over there to Ladir.
Oh. Why? Okay, he's definitely an idiot. Why would you bring that to something like this?
Yeah,
The man doesn't think with his head. He thinks with his.
dumbass.
The man doesn't think with his head. He thinks with his pocket. He thinks he's invincible. I just say we take his coin because he was stupid enough to put the
learning
Birdman pocket.
The Birdman.
Learning experience. Hey, Cody.
Hey, buddy.
And
There's a specific drink that I'm after.
Mm-hmm.
You know exactly which one that I am referring to, don't you?
Yep. It's your
Want a
right.
glass? I want a Yeti horn glass of this.
Oh,
this special
for
drink
sure,
right
man. Alrighty, you go for it, brother.
Need you to tell me which table it is at so I may go grab it.
The keg is all the way at the table Bossy just got done messed around with.
Like, this is the one that can fuck me up, right?
Yeah, correct.
Just, casually walk over.
I know what I need to do. I'm
Yes.
going to grab a bottle of like the actual ale. I'm gonna look this time. And Bastian's gonna whisper to Ladir after like putting the coins back in his coin purse, and he's gonna be like, "Be right back," and is gonna start walking towards Leo.
Uh-huh.
Cody, do I have it now?
And
you can have it.
he offers the bottle to he offers the bottle to him, and then under his hand, which is holding the bottle. Oh wait, no. Actually, I'm just gonna offer the bottle to you. Do you like grab it or? Leo.
What?
I basically have walked over and I'm offering you like a bottle of the ale, but
I'm
like
good. I'm not drinking just quite that.
Bastian, like, through his gritted teeth with a smile on his face, just like, I insist. And he just, like, moves his eyes down to the bottle.
I'm gonna look at the bottle, I guess.
And he's gonna hand it to you, and when he hands it off, you would feel 2 coins.
Okay. Well played.
So, because you're the least likely to get sussed out if he goes looking for the platinum.
Yeah, I've been up here the entire time.
Because he's not going to question you in your own hall.
I've also been up here the entire time.
So Bastian,
magic. Yeah. Okay, I'll put that.
Bastian like hands you the bottle and the coins, and he just is like, enjoy, and just like chuckles to himself as he starts walking away.
It's just to see. Hold on. Just to see.
Oh, what is the bird doing?
The bird. Okay. Well,
yeah.
as he hands it to me, I don't even like, even if he was looking at me from that, like, even if he was like standing next to me, it's like a sleight of the hand trick. I basically like, the moment he hands it to me, the coins just disappear from my hands. Like, you don't even see it going. Even if he was standing right there, he would have to be paying complete attention to even notice that coins are exchanged.
Yes. Okay.
Hey, Cody.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Cody.
Yeah.
Can I know what the bird's doing?
As Bastian was going up there talking to Leo, you'd see Bark get up, kind of like scamper his way over here, hide around the like pillar just enough so that Bastian wouldn't see him like as he walks by, and then like playfully skipped his way along the side here, around the other guards, and is getting himself a drink from the kegs down there.
Dude, he's an enigma. He's a loose.
You know what's great though? Actually no, I'm not gonna spoil.
Yeah. Bjorn just takes a sip of his. Bjorn, you know what, Cody? Do you want me to do a Constitution save? Because he took a gulp.
Can't you? Isn't it like impossible for you to get drunk though?
No, this one's special.
Oh.
It's made. Yeah, it's the silver one.
Oh.
It's nice. Yeah, you're not drunk. You do quite well, actually.
He's enjoying it.
Oh.
You're enjoying it.
I think Robinson.
I mean, you can take another sip.
Do that, but then it brings out the chance of a crit fail.
Bjorn 2 has rejoined. There it is.
Yeah.
Oh, it's coming up.
He's getting himself a
the
drink.
There you go. Go on, lad.
Yeah, he also does have like a drinking horn with him.
Very cool.
All right. Any new guests coming in?
Real quickly, I'm gonna do this. Yep.
Because we do have, I believe, 2, maybe 3 more. If I'm.
Andrew, I know who you're waiting for. You don't gotta be coy.
I know the king is probably gonna show up.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. This guy, dude. This guy. He thinks he's coy. He's coy.
Actually, Leo, did Bastian won?
Oh, he was just offering me a drink.
Okay. Bjorn shrugs it off like
What,
it's
you gonna
nothing.
snitch?
Oh, Bjorn's like was very confused and he wanted to know and he was like, oh, okay, if that's all.
He was just handing me this drink. I really enjoy this one specifically. I'm not gonna drink it just quite yet, but.
Okay.
I don't even know if I actually even know what that drink he handed me is.
Is it in the bottle that he had earlier?
No,
I
it's
don't
not.
know.
It's not. I grabbed another like of the nicer bottles on the. Like, it's actually good. I looked at the label. I don't know exactly what it would have been. It's like the average bottle we would have around here. So like the decent ale. But I'm interested in what that deception roll is for. And
I was seeing if I could deceive Bjorn until they leave, and then I will tell him.
I guess that's a insight check.
I guess I had to do an insight check.
Yeah. What's your insight? Like your booze. I have nothing in charisma.
Insight. Oh, my insight's 3.
Oh! Let's go!
Oh my
Let's
god.
go! Beat him with the flat charisma roll. I never fail the charisma, I'll tell you. Never.
He's got a good silver tongue there. You gotta admire.
I do. With a 0 in charisma, not quite the silver tongue.
Okay. Whatever. Strange, though. He goes back to
you
sipping
wouldn't
on his
catch on,
drink.
I deceived you.
You wouldn't catch on, I deceive you. He just says that out loud.
But I deceived you! I mean...
It just gets the entire hall's attention. Just like, what? Now we wait for the king, the kingly king, and Fricks.
Okay.
Another bird show up.
Yeah. A few, like, more mundane guests, merchants, and common folk end up arriving eventually.
Okay.
Nobody of really
A
special.
little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that actually makes me feel better because I feel like if anyone gets blamed, it's probably not going to be us.
Let's hope.
If it comes down to like who stole my corn torch kind of thing.
Oh my god, is that Yoda? It's
Goblin.
Grogu.
It's a goblin.
It's Grogu.
Evil Grogu, Jesus.
Oh my god, Cody, is that the image I think that is?
Is that the G-Man?
It is not.
Cody.
Yeah.
Is that the image from what I think that's from?
I don't think so. What do you think it's from?
God.
Fucking
Hey.
Harrow Spire, dude. That goblin's definitely from fucking.
Oh yeah, no,
Oh.
isn't that the same picture as
Joffin.
Goffin?
They used a lot of the same
No,
things, by the way.
I'm talking about the one before Harrow Spire. I don't remember it.
You think you're trying to? Are you saying that's Cram?
Oh, not Grant. Well, you used the same image for all the goblins except 2.
Kravix?
That's true. That's true.
It's not Nog.
The fucking G-Man's made up at guest appearance, Mr. Freeman.
Bro, that's definitely Cram Kneesaver. I don't know what you mean.
G-Man's out there. G-Man's out there like, Freeman, I am pleased to make your appearance.
I notice a particular guest.
Chris.
Oh.
Yeah.
She's not gonna bother going up saying hi right now. She's just gonna come over and hang out.
Yeah. I'm sitting out there like me and Bjorn are sitting there like,
Basim just
There is peace in the
smiles,
world.
looks kind of past Ladir, and he's like, "How'd the resignation go?"
Oh, just fine. I told him to fuck off and left. He wasn't paying me well.
Basim just starts pissing himself laughing.
Andrew, will you please make a perception? I'm sorry, Cody. I have to have him do this.
That's fine.
Okay, perception.
Gail's gonna go down and actually start mingling with people.
I don't. Okay. So, looking over at me and Bjorn, we're kind of all alone at this point, just chilling at the top, like having people come up and talk. Me and him are just staring directly at you, like studying the situation.
Basim just like,
Me and Bjorn have been invested in this relationship since like the day it happened.
Basim is now noticing that you guys are watching him again because he's annoyed by it. Just kind of like
he gives you a little smile and then like a thumbs up.
Basim just like ingrains himself in a drink real quick. And just like
Me and
looks
Bjorn,
away.
me and Bjorn have been like the biggest bossy fricks shippers.
Dude, I'm the reason I.
Basim is like in a
It was
predicament
me.
because he can't look away from you guys like in the opposite direction without looking at her, which is what he knows it's about.
That's perfect. That's foolproof.
And so he's just like, and if he looks forward, he's looking at a fucking 80.
Yep.
Yeah.
Damn it! It's Boston, really quickly, you see, Leonella says something to Bjorn, and then he looks at you, and then he gives, like, the, well, go on! Like, say something! Like, he gives you, like, that, like, motion with his hand. Bjorn, what I said to you is, oh my god, it's going to happen. That's what I said.
Bastian just like lays his head on the table sideways and is just like,
Looking at Frakes.
He could, yeah.
Well, I'm looking away from you, so I guess technically yes.
By the way, Bjorn says something to you,
What is this?
Leo. He's like, do you remember the time that you found them together in bed, right?
Yes. Yes.
Lock the door on them.
Wait, what'd you say?
He says, I'm the reason why the door is locked.
Really? You locked the door? Well played.
Wow.
Me and Bjorn sewing this relationship together.
Devious.
The greatest wingmans ever.
The greatest of wingmans.
I guess we could say Mark's the greatest wingman. Sorry.
Where is Bark?
I told you. Even Cody lost him. Cody's the one who can see everyone. He lost him. He's in the wingman. Where did he go? I wouldn't even be mad if I found out that he stole like all our fucking gold funds. I would honestly be impressed. I don't even think I could be mad at him.
I would.
So this was just an elaborate bank heist.
Oh my god. Nah, not
Maxine! Yes! Maxine! I like to imagine that me and Bjorn are just like daggers at Bastian right now, like, come on, say something. I'm currently manifesting that Bastian works up the urge to speak to her again.
Bastian just kind of like looks at them, looks back at Frick, and like looks over at Ladir. And kind of just taps him on the back, and he's like, hey, do you want to maybe go...
No!
Like, leave... No, I'm not talking to her, I'm talking to...
I know! I would be okay with talking to her.
No, I'm not talking about... Oh, whatever. Let me finish my thing. It kind of like taps him on the back, like, "Hey, I think Vinyara is like, you know, alone over there. I don't think she's seen you in a while. I mean, if you want to go over there, I mean,
big plays, Bastian. Yes.
Fine. I got someone to. I guess I got someone to talk to.
Yes. Big play. Huge play.
I'll head over there then. Join me when you want.
I will.
Bastian, make another perception.
Alright.
That's good enough.
I will say
me and Bjorn high five.
there are more than a few references around the room.
You see me and
Wait,
Bjorn high five?
I think I know some of these references.
Yeah.
I don't know if I do.
You should know two
God.
of them.
Me?
Yeah, you should at
I
least know
can
two.
barely see.
I'm looking for Lonic. That's what I'm looking for. The fucking psycho.
There's somebody here.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I know.
Don't remember his
two faces
name.
in here.
Yeah, anyway, Bastian, Cody, I would like to let it be known that Bastian, after he does that and we see the deer get up, he looks back at us and me and Bjorn high five and then resume acting serious again.
Bastian is gonna be right back. I need to real quick. I just one second.
Andrew's going to the bathroom, slashing cold water in his face, and what do I say next?
Clippers, got a hangnail for fuck's sake.
He's like hands on the sink. What do I say?
No, I needed toenail clippers. I had a hangnail.
Who's this guy? Cody.
Oh, he's just another
Do I
guy.
know her?
Which one?
Cody
I know
Cody keeps
her.
implying that I should know somebody, and I'm not, and I feel like I'm stupid.
This lady.
Right
I think I've seen
Boston,
her before.
after
Like I've seen her before.
Yeah, you've
gets
seen her
up.
before.
Here, I'm gonna make a history, Cody, and then you have to give me a hint or help me out.
A history. Okay. I mean, I think you're just looking at the wrong side of the
Oh
tab.
my god!
Left-hand side, Leo. Yeah.
Is that who I think that is?
Where?
What?
At the very bottom?
I don't.
This person. He seems familiar.
Oh, if it's somebody right here, I can't see it, Cody. If that's what you're implying.
Oh.
Oh my God! What is he doing here? Why is he here? Why is he here?
I doubt it's actually him. I feel like it's just a placeholder.
That's very specific. Oh my God! Why is he here? That's what the fuck? Why I cannot believe that they're still hanging out together. That is shocking. He was so racist.
Noticed who's not here though? Wait, what?
Scott's not here, Robin Hood. Where's Robin Hood?
Oh my god. Which one am
I
I?
want to go speak. I want to go speak to him, but I don't want to metagame. Damn it.
Oh, that's just a casual noble NPC thing, Braden. That's not anything.
No,
specific.
but he looks like the guy from the fucking rebellion. That guy, the leader dude of the
Hold on.
town.
Can
Donovan?
I
I know.
please?
Yes.
Please go interact
I
with
have
Ren
Donovan.
in some way, please, so I can voice them both. Oh my God.
They
this is
aren't
my
here in
dream.
canon. I was just putting them here for
No!
cinema's purposes.
To jump in a conversation between the two of them.
Jesus.
I doubt he would be here. I feel like he'd still be in.
No, he'd definitely be in
Uh,
Hero Spire.
Yeah.
Because he does have a part to play in the rebellion as well, so he'd definitely
He's
be down
lying
there.
low. Well, this is well after the rebellion, so he's
Yeah. He is well off
He's
the rebellion. Rebellion
he's like in
won.
his 30s at this point.
He's probably, I mean, he's
Anyways,
definitely got a house
can
in
we
the main city,
get?
you know.
I
Can
don't
we
know.
get back
He
to
was a
Fricks and
deserter.
Bastian?
Technically. I guess he was. Yeah, I guess he was.
He was an Endorian deserter. He was a rebellion supporter.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's what I said.
Can we
Endorian
get
fell.
some?
I cannot believe it.
Can we get some Bastian and Fricks action going before I go to bed?
Sure.
Bastian, like, after Ladir has. Oh, you could have kept it there for a second.
No.
Give me a second. Bastian, after Ladir has gone up and he like watches them go away, he looks back and saw them high five. He kind of like nervous smiles, and then just like slowly as possible, slowly slides across the bench.
High fives again. What the fuck is bro doing? Who's this
Who?
guy? What's bro doing? We're just hanging out. Oh, you got away.
You're at another wrong party.
Oh shit! Sorry. He's like, I'm so devastated that I can't go talk to Ren. I'm devastated.
But
Literally, you could talk to
it's time-
anybody
it's
else
time
here, but like,
for-
I know. Wait, I can't even talk. I forgot her name. What's her name?
that's Desiree.
Desiree. That's it.
Well, I mean, you can't
Shit.
talk to Desiree either 'cause she's not here.
Yeah.
But those two are literally just stuck here for references. Funnies.
See, here's the thing. If Lonic was here, that's definitely canon because this is some shit that he would get up to.
It is honestly.
He's like a bunch of fighters who killed a bone devil. That's a fair choice. There's a fair chance this motherfucker's just showing up.
You want to know what I'm
31-year-old
scared?
man.
I'm scared to see like Dish somewhere in this hall. That's what truly terrifies me.
I was thinking about grabbing him, but then I was like, oh, he wouldn't really be up this way. I don't think at this time.
He would. He's a traveler. He would be everywhere.
Every single day, I pray to the gods that Cody somehow works Lonic into this. I can do him again because I love doing his voice. He's so much fun.
We get back
Just-
to Fricks and Bastian,
Yeah,
or
go back to Frixie boy.
whatever your ship
Frixian.
name is for them.
Frixian.
Frixian.
Alright, come on, big money.
Bastian just kind of, like I
Money
said,
no whammy, big money no whammy.
scoots over, and does she have like a drink at this point?
She does, yes.
Just better.
Just there goes that. So he just like takes a drink of his own and puts it down. He's like, I really am glad you're back.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you found me. Get kind of boring at the tavern.
Well, yeah, I imagine so. After being locked up in a prison and going on all sorts of adventures around the country, tavern life probably.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Sorry, they're freaking out.
Why? What?
It's my big. No! No! Ah! All the NPCs are. Ah! Wait, does that mean he's here?
Spades would not be here in person, or would stop. In actuality.
Oh, no, not him. Not him. Him!
Who?
Who's him?
Him, Mr. Original Leader.
Oh, I think he's got a nice. I think he's got a nice noble house down in Harrisfire this time, yeah.
Who?
Sean.
You would. Nah, don't worry about it.
Not
don't
the
worry
other-
about him.
not the big
He-
dude. He's very dead.
Oh no, Lonic killed Torg. I think.
I know.
You guys know
Yeah,
that
he
shit.
killed Torgs.
Lonic butchered him.
The
He didn't just kill him. He cut him
Original
up.
Leader.
Dude, he's a fucking psycho. He is a psychopath.
Anyways,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Snob, dude, Snob. Oh, I want to go hug Snob. He was
Alrighty.
such a good little boy, and I gave him a scar.
Oh, yeah, he has it. He wears it
Anyways.
with pride.
Anyways, back to.
Yes, back to
Stian.
Boston. Sorry.
But,
Oh my god, that is not gonna stick.
She said
Stan?
she was going on about, tavern life was getting boring. Bastian went, well, yeah, after being locked up in a prison by giants and then fighting your way halfway across the continent, yeah, I'd say it's probably a step down to tavern life.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
Well,
Just she'd kind of say with like a wink. It's tavern life is just it's old. You're serving drinks, you're getting paid, sure, but it's nothing compared to going being able to actually enjoy the days, being out and about.
yeah, I mean, you do good work here, and like I've said, we all appreciate your talents. You're not on the level of just someone serving wooden cups to other people. You can do so much more than that. I mean, I saw multiple times where you took down giants, ogres, like things that most tavern people would never even want to see in their entire lives, and if they did, they'd probably piss themselves.
I mean, plenty of the ones that I talked to that had already did, partly due to being drunk. Continue.
Yeah, I'm sure I did a fair share of drinking back in the day. I'm glad to have moved beyond that.
Well, getting away from the bottle is always good for your head.
Yeah. Still, there's only one time in my entire life I have not regretted putting the bottle away.
Well, let's hope you never pick it back up again for a long period of time.
Yeah. Mistakes happen that way. He just gives him her a wink. Happy little accidents.
Happy little accidents. Well, And you'd see her attention kind of like turn as the hall would grow a bit silent, as the Earl would step in through the doors. You see him like get in and stop for a second and look around like confused, and then he'd just kind of like do the like, well, go on, like don't stop because of me thing towards everybody, and he'd give a smile as everybody would continue back to what they were doing, and he'd continue walking on his way.
Bastian like
We're so close.
Bastian like looks at him and he's like, compared to his son, he is much better. I gotta say, his son's an asshole. Has that slime ball ever dishonored your tavern with his presence?
No, he said it was below him to come in there, which honestly is a plus.
Yeah, but the only thing he's below is his father's coin purse, got to say. Now he's not even worth a coin more than you, let me tell you.
You know, the sad part is, though, is that he's made all of his money on his own. He hasn't even been taken from his father. Well, not from the beginning, but...
What has he been doing it? Trading favors? Like, he's pitiful. He's not even well-spoken.
How loud are you saying this, by the way?
Under the breath, he knows to not say this out loud.
Okay.
Fantastic. He's rejoined.
Yeah, Avery like weaseled his way up behind as he'd step forward. And you'd see him kind of like step up the stairs, and you'd see him sit down right next to you, Leo, and kind of put his hand on your shoulder and say, "Oh, now this is a fine place you have here."
I very much appreciate it. Shake his hand.
He'd go ahead and shake your hand back with like a big grin. It's good when people come and invest in the town.
Of course. And then he like stands up and kind of like he stands up and kind of kind of helps him stand up as well.
Mm-hmm. He'd stand up with him. Yeah.
Fashionably late then. He kind of gives him like a wry smile.
Well, if everybody comes in while I'm here, we'll put expectations on it. That'll let everybody let loose for a little bit.
Of course, everybody gets quiet when the Earl walks in.
Oh yes, the
As
Earl.
if you didn't have any fun.
Well, I hope my son hasn't been too much of a bother.
Well, I won't lie to you, but we're not going to get into that tonight.
Right. Well, if it's anything you need to talk with him about, I'll be sure to do so.
Nothing. Don't worry about yourself about that. You are just as deservedly about to have a good time as anyone else.
By the way, he's not whispering that; he's saying that fully audibly.
Oh, he hates his son too, because he's like self-made, dude. He's like a fucking Earl. He like founded the city.
I was really nervous that he was gonna be an asshole too. I'm so glad he is not.
Yeah, no, he's cool. I fuck with this guy. Him and
chill.
Yarlanders are cool. They're just like normal. That's usually how it goes, though. The first king's always amazing, and then his son is just a douchebag.
Yeah, I'm sure once you meet his brothers, you'll see a lot more difference in us fine hearts.
I see. Oh, well. It's enough talk. It's enough talk about the family heirs.
Yeah, of course.
I say you are in need of a drink, and he like hands him the bottle that Bossian gave him.
Well, by the looks of you, I'd say you need one too.
You're telling me. I tell you what, who really needs one is Half-Blood. By God, it's been months.
Where is the lass?
She's upstairs. I don't know if I don't want to go, rouse her. If she's not feeling well, then who am I to say?
Fair. Well, I won't stay up here and be all political or anything. You can fully expect me to enjoy my time here.
That's what I like to hear.
If you care to join me, I'm sure the guests would love to mingle.
Oh yeah, of course. About time I've come down from my ivory tower.
Now tell me, friend, where I see you have your big man Bjorn here. Where have the others found themselves?
Wait, what he said? I'm sorry, I actually.
Where have the others found themselves today?
Well, Bossian's, he like gives him a look and he's like, he's over there. This is a long time in the making, kind of like it insinuates like what, because I'm assuming him and Fritz are talking currently.
Yeah, they are probably.
He's like, we're gonna leave him alone for a little while. Claw Bob, the little one, he sustained some injuries. We're letting him sleep it off a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah.
do you need a healer down this way?
He's all right now. We've got him bandaged up.
Okay. Well, if there's anything I can do for you, you just let me know.
Yeah,
Be more than happy to. Of course. Well, as you can tell, we're
my
going to
longhouse.
be good friends.
I hope so. Now let's get past the formalities and have some fun. So.
Formalities, really? I'm just saying hi.
He just like give you a little bump and start heading down the stairs.
Then Ellis is going to address the crowd. You know, I wish he was here.
Who?
I can already imagine what Ren would say at the moment that Leonellis would start talking. He's like, half elf giving a speech. That's probably what he would say.
Yeah.
Just kind of like clink the mug that fucking my main man Bart gave to me. Hopefully, I don't know exactly everybody's attention.
Yeah, the people will start quieting it down. That and the Earl is kind of like still standing, and he'd kind of like give a stern look to some of the guards, and they'd kind of like tap their swords on like the pillars and stuff, getting the.
Oh yeah, attention.
Yeah.
Like, everybody, I appreciate you all coming to this celebration of life. My beautiful children were welcomed into the world today. I'm glad that we can have familiar phrases and some new ones as well. I hope that everybody enjoys themselves. I hope that you let loose a little bit from your monotony. And, long live the Stone Tusk and long live Varnloft. And he, like, raises his Yeti, his Yeti mug, which probably would have liquor in it at this point or something.
Yeah. Everybody raises their glass and you go, hoorah! So, like, everybody would go ahead and cheer with you.
He's gonna down it like a fucking man, like a real leader.
Go ahead and make me a con save, good sir.
You know what? Bjorn would join you.
Bastian would join you.
Oh, bloody hell.
Leo, the liquor hits you a
Immediately
bit hard.
smash.
You're not smash, but you're definitely like, it makes your head swim with the first like chug down of it. Bastian, now that you've been drinking for a bit, it's starting to really affect you.
Ooh, yeah, he's like.
And there's me.
Bjorn, you're feeling tipsy, but you're feeling buzzed. You'd see Olandia kind of like look at one of the guards, and he'd like do 2 snaps in a little like circle motion, and then point towards the doors and stuff. And you'd see this guard kind of like quickly like jot out. You'd hear him like giggle under his helmet as he'd open the doors and yell out something. And that's when not like giggling, but like a little chuckle. That's when the other guards from inside actually come in to join the party that have been guarding the outside of the longhouse that you guys didn't see.
Get in!
Yeah, I'm just start pulling them in. Yeah. Pulling in all the guards.
Jesus.
You guys didn't see this going on outside.
Oh, it's kind of scary, actually.
Leonidas, like, he puts the mug down, he takes like he has like a nice breath, and like shakes his head a little bit, and he's like, I'm alright. It's like after my like 4th shot. It's me. I was like, I'm alright. I was like, I'm fine. That's what I said.
Yeah. You're from what I saw of Chris's videos and the very little you text, you do seem pretty lucid when you're drinking. You're not like stupid.
All that stuff that you saw, I was probably 12 deep, like shots at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the fact that I wasn't dead on the floor.
May I remind you that this is being recorded?
Sure, I'm just saying a general observation. We're adults here.
That is true. Hey!
Well, I guess Brayden's not.
He's working on it. Shouldn't be too
Just
much longer.
wait 5 months.
If it matters, Cody will cut it out.
That's right. That's right. I don't think it matters that much. I'll bleep it. Anyways,
You can only find that on the Patreon. You have to actually put
yeah, for 3 seconds of information.
Yeah.
Can we get more?
Yeah, I'm waiting for. I'm gonna go ahead
Frisk-
and start mingling
Friskson?
with some of the guests.
What are you waiting for him to get frisky? Fricks? Oh fuck, I messed that up. Anyways,
Oh. You know what? Nah.
I will say Avery
Let's
has
go
kind
see.
of like been looking at his dad most of the time. He kind of stands there. He didn't even pay you mind as you came down. He kind of like avoided looking at you when you came down after his dad kind of like gave him a stern look.
Fuck you, pussy. Yeah. I'm a goddamn self-made man. It's my fucking longhouse, bitch. Where's your longhouse, huh? Currently mingling with these fellows right here. Don't know who they are.
These fellow. Oh, I forgot. I can move his token.
Yeah,
Cody-
you can move spades.
Cody, how much Venmo right now for Lonix up here?
Oh my god, dude, I'm not gonna do that to you right now. I don't even have Venmo installed.
I think we should leave it here, guys. I am tired. I want to go to bed.
It is pretty late. It is 12:11 right now. I think we can go ahead. Yeah, we can go ahead and get bed. I have to work really rough tomorrow, so I think this is a good spot to end off because that way we have a little bit more partying next time as we continue back in and like the end of the dying down of the party, and then
I'm gonna make a small note in just the chat that says Bossing is drunk.
He's not drunk. I don't think he's drunk. Andrew, there's a huge difference between having like a few and feeling it and being drunk.
Bossing is feeling it.
Dude, I promise you, aren't you like 6'3", like 200 pounds? Your ass is fine.
My guy is 6'3", like skinny. He's like 1 something. Let me see.
You would have said anything below 190, I would have been like, what?
Yeah, there's no way.
6'2", 172.
That is no way.
Ha!
Not a chance.
I can up it.
There's not a chance.
6'2", 190.
If your guy has any sort of muscle, then there's no way he's 172. He's either a skinny bitch or. I mean.
I looked it up the other day. I'm 145.
Fucking hell, dude! Who's that guy in the middle with 170 health?
Oh, why is his health visible?
Fucking hell!
Who?
170.
Wait.
Oh, you guys are looking at the images.
Yeah.
Pretty. I'm waiting to see my other boy.
Oh yeah, he'll be. We'll figure it out eventually.
I wonder if I even remember how to do lawn sports. It was such a time period where like it's.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and end the recording here. Thank you for tuning in to Nhildivarian Adventures episode. This is 32. And we'll catch you all next time on Nhildivarian Adventures. Bye bye.
Right.
Yeah,
Subscribe to the page. Bye bye.